करो, आईआईटी की रेस में दौड़ते दौड़ते आप बस फिनिश लाइन तक पहुंचने ही वाले हो और आपको मिल जाए एक सही दिशा में हल्का सा पुश, सो दैट योर जीत इज पक्की। बिल्कुल इसीलिए हम लेकर आए हैं खास आपके लिए इन्फिनिटी लर्न जेईई एडवांस्ड क्रैश कोर्स। जेईई एडवांस्ड क्रैश कोर्स में आपको मिलती है 120 घंटे की लाइव क्लासेस, एक्सपर्ट फैकल्टी एंड डाउट क्लियरेंस और भी कमाल कमाल के फीचर्स। और जैसे कई सारे क्रैश कोर्सेज में होता है ना 100 बच्चों के बैचेस, नहीं, हम ऐसा नहीं करने वाले, क्योंकि हम देना चाहते हैं आपको पर्सनलाइज्ड लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंस, जहां आपको मिलेगी आपके हर वीक टॉपिक पे हेल्प और आपके हर सवाल का जवाब। इतना ही नहीं, आपको मिलता है श्री चैतन्य का कॉम्पिटिटिव एनवायरनमेंट। जी हां, वही श्री चैतन्य जहां है 38 सालों की लेगेसी ऑफ प्रिपेयरिंग चैंपियंस। डू यू नो दैट 21% ऑफ IITians आर फ्रॉम श्री चैतन्य। यही नहीं, जेईई एडवांस क्रैश कोर्स में सिखाते हैं खुद IITians, जिससे आपको मिलेगी सही गाइडेंस फ्रॉम द पीपल who have cleared the exam in the past। अब इतने सारे रीजंस दे दिए, इतने सारे फीचर्स बता दिए, अब तो वेट मत करो, आज ही रजिस्टर करो, क्योंकि बैचेस स्टार्ट हो रहे हैं 17 अप्रैल से। एनरोल नाउ फॉर इन्फिनिटी लर्न जेईई एडवांस क्रैश कोर्स एंड करो आपकी जीत पक्की।
Hello learners, welcome to Infinity Learn JEE YouTube channel. First of all, I would like to welcome you all to this live session where we are going to start with a paper discussion of the JEE Mains 2023 April attempt. Today is the 10th of April and in this particular session, we'll be starting with the shift 2 paper discussion. So we have the questions, we have various students which have given us the questions which has been asked in this particular shift. Right now our team is outside the center, they are just gathering the questions from the students, and in a meanwhile we'll be able to get round about 15 to 20 questions. So first of all, I would like to invite you all to this live session. If you haven't subscribed this channel, please subscribe it. If you haven't liked this video, please like it. And I can see Rudra has joined this session. Hi Rudra. Also, I would also like to invite all other students who are regularly coming into this live session to give the feedback. If you have your attempt in this particular lecture, so there were many students in the morning shift that they were having the examination in the evening shift. If you want to give the feedback, how was the paper, how was the chemistry, how was physics, how was mathematics, so you can put your comments in the comment section and give us the feedback that how was the paper in the shift 2 evening shift of 10th of April. So Surya has also joined. Good evening Surya, good evening Rudra, it's good to see you once again, and I want that you should join in every session of ours. It's very really motivating for us if a student usually joins every time in our session, okay? And we also remember the name of the student who are regularly coming into our live session. So we used to take care of the students who used to come regularly into our live sessions. So it's great to see you once again. And Rudra and Surya, I would also like to give you a suggestion. Moreover, I also want to give you a request that if you are connected in any of your friends group in the WhatsApp or in the Telegram, please share the link of this video so that your friends may also get the benefit of the paper discussion JEE Mains 2023. Moreover, we as a team of Infinity Learn and Sri Chaitanya assures you to actually discuss the 100% authentic questions and their solutions which will be asked in the 10th of April shift 2 of the JEE Mains 2023. Also, I would also like to tell you that in the first attempt, in the session 1, in the January attempt, we have got 4 students who have secured 100 out of 100 percentile, and there are 85 students who have secured at least in one subject 100 percentile, who have secured 100 percentile in at least one subject. So there were 85 students in total. So Infinity Learn by Sri Chaitanya is producing remarkable results in the history of the JEE. So we are running right now in the 38th year, and in this, with the legacy of last 38 years, I assure you that we will be really working hard. We have built our study material in such a way that automatically if a student follows our pattern, so he will be able to secure a good rank in the JEE examination. Okay, and moreover, I also assure you that till your JEE Advanced preparation, we would be regularly coming live sessions, we'll be regularly conducting these live sessions whereby we would be teaching you the various methods to actually solve the JEE Advanced problems in a minimum time and to give the best in the JEE Advanced examination. So hi Sabarish, hi Rudra, sir, start the session fast. Yes Rudra, I haven't received the question yet. As soon as I'll have the first question, I'll start with the session, okay? So just a minute, just wait for a minute till the questions come and then we will be starting with this session. Moreover, if you have received in the live section, I can see many of the students have joined. If you have received any of the question, so you can just put that question in the comment section. Moreover, if you have received any of the review from any of the student for the shift, for the student, from the student who has been appeared in this shift, so you can put your comments to give us the review as well as the analysis of the JEE Mains 2023 session 2 April attempt, 10th of April shift 2. So the analysis, if you have, you can put in the comment section. Meanwhile, in the 10 or 15 minutes, I'll be bringing here the analysis, complete analysis of the paper. Meanwhile, what is the trend going on? The maths questions are conceptually easy, but we are observing that the calculation part is more involved in some of the questions that requires to cover more than 3 minutes of time. Moreover, I can see that in the physics, the questions are directly formula based. In the chemistry, the questions are directly from NCERT. This is the trend that is being followed from the previous few shifts. And right now we are expecting the same in this shift also. So I'm really very excited in front of you to discuss the JEE Mains paper solution. And Surya, the paper was quite easy but tricky it seems. Okay Surya. So, Surya, were you there in this particular shift or you are giving the analysis by taking from other students? Can you please put some comments in the comment section? Can you please tell us what is the status, how you got to know about that? All right. And various input we can receive from other students. Okay. If you have to give the input, if you are watching this live session or you are watching this recorded session, please give the input in the comment section. I'll be waiting for you and reply to each and every comments of yours. Okay. So thank you so much. Okay, bye. Another students, you got it. Thank you, Surya, for giving us the suggestion. And the paper was quite easy. That means it is a wonderful news for all the JEE aspirants who would be giving the examination after this particular date, 10th of April. Okay. So I think on 11th we have the session of the JEE Mains. On 13th we have the session. And on 15th also we have the session of the JEE Mains. So 3 days are more left and we'll be coming live in all these 3 days to discuss the paper solutions with you. Okay. And it's better if you have given the paper, then also it's better you stay connected with us, have the analysis of every shift and then got to know that what is the marks versus percentile. So I'll be creating one more session for you people, that is of the marks versus percentile shift wise, and that will be helping you a lot in actually knowing what exactly the marks versus percentile score is being obtained by you guys. Tips for the student for upcoming session. Thank you, Snehan. So the tips for the students for the upcoming session is complete all the concepts and all the chapters up to a basic level. If you have left any of the topic or any of the chapter, please do not leave it. At least cover it to a basic level because we can observe that this time there are questions of the easy level also, and easy level questions are always the basic level questions. Okay. So you should know the formula of every chapter. If you have left any of the chapter, so you should know the formula of that chapter. Okay. Whatever the formulas are being involved in that chapter. Maybe a question directly formula based can appear in the examination, and if you know the formula, you will be able to attempt it. Even though you have not completed that chapter throughout the advanced level, but still if you know the basic formulas of that chapter, you will be able to complete the very easy question part of that. Okay. So this is the first tip. Second tip is start with the chapter with the golden chapters. Okay. First of all, do those questions in the examination which involves low investment, high return. That means low efforts to be given and you will be definitely able to crack that question. Suppose a question from the mathematical reasoning. Suppose from the question from the statistics. So these are the chapters that requires less effort and there will be high return. You will definitely get 4 marks out of it if you put some effort into this particular section of the chapters. Okay. So try to go through these chapters which give you the marks, which are the basic level chapters, and through which by attempting those questions we'll be definitely able to crack those questions, and then try to come to the higher level questions. So first of all, give emphasis to the easy level questions and then try to cover up the higher level questions. Suppose in the first hour, if you complete all the easy questions of the physics, chemistry and mathematics, okay, and round about 40 questions or 30 questions you have completed, in the first hour, then it will be a very big deal that you have cracked over here. Okay, so you will be able to get a confidence if you cover up 30 to 40 questions in the first hour, and that too easy level question, then also it is fine, because in that case you will be having a confidence that this amount of the work I have done, and the remaining is the goal that I need to complete, remaining is the amount of goal that I need to accomplish. So this will help you to boost your confidence. Sometimes it happens that the very first question that I picked, that was a hard level question, and I'm not able to do. The second question I picked, that was also a hard level question, I'm not able to do. Third question was easy, still I'm not confident to do that because I haven't completed the first two questions. So that breaks our confidence in the examination. So that should not happen with all of you. My suggestion is to actually start with those questions first of all, which are of easy level questions, and then come to the higher level questions. Okay, the sum of the 4-digit number whose digits are 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is very easy question that we need to follow, and I can see if one particular student has given us a question, so let me discuss with you. So according to the question, that is the sum of 4-digit number they are asking you, and the digits which are given to you as 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if here it has been written that repetition is not allowed, suppose repetition is not allowed, so how many numbers can we create? Okay, so if I talk about the 4-digit numbers, so this place can be filled by the 4 ways, because the digits are given to you as 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be filled by 3 ways, this will be filled by 2 ways, this will be 1 by, and the total number of numbers will be 4 factorial. So these are the 24 numbers that are being created. And if I want to get the sum of these numbers, so how will I be able to get? So there are numbers which have the units digit as 1. Units digit as 1. So how many numbers will be there with the units digit 1? So there will be 6 numbers. How many numbers will be there with the unit digit 2? So there will be 6 numbers. How many numbers will be there with the unit digit 3? So there will be 6 number. And how many numbers will be there with the unit digit 4? So there will be 6 number. So if I try to add the unit digit of all, it will be 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, that is 24. So here I will be writing 4, and here it is 2 as carry. Again, the sum of this particular place will again be 24, and 24 plus 2, it will be 26. So here will be 2 will be carry. Again it will be 24, and 24 plus 2, it will be 26. Again 2 will be carry, and again this will be 24, 24 plus 2, it will be 26. So sum of all the 4-digit numbers which are formed with the help of the digits 1, 2, 3, 4 will be equals to 6. Are you all able to understand how we got the answer of this question? So Suresh, Surya Vikas, thank you so much for, Praveen, thank you so much for sharing the question. One Surya Vikas is also giving us the question. Let there be a circle and line passing through 1, 2 cuts the circle at the point A and B, then the locus of the midpoint of AB. Okay, this is the question that is being given by the another student. So how to actually do this question? Let us start with this. Surya, I am starting with your question. Are you all able to understand this illustration? Just put your comments in the comment section. Say yes or no. Say yes or no if you are able to understand this. Just say yes or no in the comment section if you are able to understand. Then we can go ahead for the next. Sir, 80-90 के मार्क्स आए तो कितना परसेंटेज होगा? ओके, परसेंटेज या परसेंटाइल? अगर परसेंटाइल पूछ रहे हो तो फिर वो पीछे रहेगी एंड डिपेंड्स ऑन द शिफ्ट. अगर शिफ्ट आसान है तो 80-90 पे बहुत खराब परसेंटाइल रहने वाली है, अराउंड अबाउट 65-70-75 के आसपास, 65 to 75 के बीच में. और अगर मान लीजिए बहुत टफ शिफ्ट होती है, अभी तक कोई टफ शिफ्ट आई नहीं है, लेकिन अगर बहुत ही टफ शिफ्ट जाती है तो आप 75 से 85 के बीच में उम्मीद लगा सकते हैं. All right. So one more question has been shared by us, and in this particular problem, what we need to do, there is a circle given to us. Okay, and this circle is having a radius. What is the radius of this circle? 4. So according to the question that has been shared by the student, let me discuss that question with you. So x square plus y square is equals to 16 is a question. That is the equation of circle given to us. That means the radius of the circle will be 4 over here. So this point will be 4, 0 and this will be 0, 4. Now there is a point 1, 2. This 1, 2 will lie inside the circle. Over here, suppose 1, 2 will lie. Now through this point, a line is passing, 1, 2 is passing. Suppose the line is having a slope m. Now this line is intersecting at 2 points. One is a point A, other is a point B. And they're asking us to get the locus of the midpoint. Suppose m is the midpoint. So we need to find the locus of the midpoint of the line AB. So how to actually attempt this question? So basically what is the concept? that we need to apply here to actually get the answer of this question. Okay, so I'll tell you what to do here. So first of all, if I want to write the equation of the line, it will be y minus y1, it will be m times x minus x1. So it will be m times x minus 1. So we can write here m times x minus m, and then it will be plus 2. So the constant part is y is equals to mx plus 2 minus m. So this will be the equation of the line. Now this line needs to be solved with x square plus y square is equals to 16. Okay. Now this line needs to be solved with this line. So we'll just put the value of y over here. Okay. Once we put the value of y over here, I'll be able to get a quadratic in x. I will be able to get the quadratic in x. Are you able to understand? So once I get the quadratic in x, suppose I have the quadratic ax square plus bx plus c. Now this particular quadratic equation will have two roots. One is x1, other is x2. So I can get the sum of roots from here, that is minus b over a. Are you able to understand? So I will have the sum of roots as minus b over a. Now this sum of roots is actually representing x1 plus x2. Alright. So here we have the coordinate x1, y1, and here we have the coordinate x2, y2. Now we are able to get, with the help of this quadratic, I will be able to get x1 plus x2, that is minus b upon a. B is the coefficient of x and a is the coefficient of x square. So once we have the value of x1 plus x2, then it will be very easy for me to get x1 plus x2 over 2. And once we have created a quadratic in y, okay, we can also in the same way create a quadratic in y. So we will be able to write the value of y1 plus y2 over 2. I hope you are able to understand this. So this is h and this is k, and using this we will be eliminating m inside this. So h will also be in the variable m and k will also be in the variable m. So we will get the value of m in terms of h, we'll put here, and we will be getting a relationship between h and k. That relationship between h and k will represent the locus of the circle. Are you able to understand this? Say yes or no. Are you able to understand this? Say yes or no. Just put your comments in the comment section. I'm waiting for you. Just put your comment in the comment section. Moreover, there is another method of doing the same question. This is the method number 1 that I opted. Method number 2 is assume this parametric coordinate as theta. Assume this parametric coordinate as phi. Do you know that there is an equation of the chord in a circle? Okay, suppose this is theta 1, this is theta 2. So there was a formula of equation of chord, and many of the students might not be able to remember that formula. X cos theta 1 plus theta 2 over 2 plus y sin theta 1 plus theta 2 over 2 is equals to r cos theta 1 minus theta 2 over 2. So in that equation of chord, we will satisfy 1, 2. Okay, and once we satisfy 1, 2, so I will be able to get the coordinate of the m, because the coordinate of m will be, here it is r cos theta, here it is r cos theta 1, here it is r cos theta 2. So that is why the coordinate of m will become r cos theta 1 plus r cos theta 2 upon 2. So in that way also we can do that. Okay, but I suggest you to not to use the second method, because in the second method you need to remember one formula of getting the equation of the chord which is passing through the two parametric points theta 1 and theta 2. I hope you are able to actually know the concept that is being used here to get the locus of the question. Okay, so these are the questions that Surya, Vikas and Praveen has sent to us. So if you know more questions related to the examination, related to the attempt, you can discuss with me and I'll be producing the solution of it. Meanwhile, I'm waiting for the chemistry sir also, because I can also feel that some of the questions we have also got it. So I would like to invite other faculties also, so that they can discuss their questions which they have received from their subject. Alright. Meanwhile, if you have any suggestions, students, kindly put some comments in the comment section. What is your analysis related to the 10th of April, so that we can discuss those analysis that you are doing with other students also. Alright, sir, do you have a question? Alright. So we have received the chemistry questions and sir is here to discuss with you the chemistry questions, and very soon we'll be discussing the maths question also as soon as we get these questions. So round about 2 questions I have discussed with you related to the maths, and the remaining questions the sir will discuss with you. Alright. So hello sir.
Yeah, hello sir, thank you so much. So now I have some questions in chemistry, guys. I am sure you would be excited to see the solutions. So how was your chemistry section, guys? How did you find those who wrote this JEE paper? How did you find the chemistry section? Was it difficult, easy? Were there more numericals? How did you find the section? So from chemistry, as usual, we have seen some very straightforward, simple, descriptive questions, direct answers, right? So tell me what will be the correct answer of this question. It's not rocket science, it's very easy, guys, right? You can see that. It's very easy. So what would be the correct answer of this question? What will be the correct answer of this question? The delicate balance of carbon dioxide and oxygen is not disturbed by which of the following phenomena, right? Deforestation, photosynthesis, burning of coal, or burning of petroleum. So option B, I'm getting by Rudnarayan, Surya Vikas said photosynthesis. Yes, very good, right? Because deforestation, of course, if there are fewer trees, then the conversion of CO2 to oxygen will not happen. Photosynthesis, this is the process that maintains this balance. Burning of coal and burning of petroleum, it will increase the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Is that clear? Is that clear? Okay. So Pranav, can you tell me the exact question? Yes, very good, guys. So the correct answer of this question is photosynthesis. The delicate balance of CO2 and O2, it is not disturbed by photosynthesis. Yes, that is the correct answer. ठीक है, फिर एक क्वेश्चन और है हमारे पास, ये वाला क्वेश्चन, दिस इज वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन. प्रणव, जस्ट आई डिडंट गेट व्हाट इज द मॉलिक्यूल यू आर सेइंग. ब्यूटॉक्सोडाइड. Can you please spell the molecule again? And this question, guys, can you see this question? Okay, so for a metal, ion magnetic moment is calculated to be 4.9 Bohr magneton. Find the number of unpaired electrons, right? So let me tell you guys, what is the formula? Formula क्या होता है, guys? Mu is equal to under root n into n plus 2 Bohr magneton, right? Mu is equal to under root n into n plus 2 Bohr magneton. Yes, so Praveen said 4 unpaired electron, Rudnarayan said, Pranav said, Surya Vikas. Very good, guys, very good, brilliant. So it's very easy, and if you have attended our solutions before, I have told you these, you know, small and very useful tricks before also. Yes, correct, Tanmay. So when you say the magnetic moment is 4.9 bm, okay, so whatever is the number of integer, whatever is the integer, that is your number of unpaired electrons. Very easy. Whatever is your integral part, that is the number of unpaired electrons, right? So this is very easy question, guys. Yes, correct, Venkat Siva, very good. If the magnetic moment is 5.9 bm, 5 unpaired electrons. If the magnetic moment is 2.8 bm, then there are 2 unpaired electrons. Yes, Pranav, thank you very much. You remember I have explained this earlier in the power up series also. Yes, very good, right? Okay, so then this question is of maths. We do have some question from maths. Now there is one question from organic, right? One question from organic. Yes, Venkat, that is also the trick. 4.9 bm, the nearest square is 25, right? So the square root of 25 is 5, so that is going to be the correct answer. Yes, no problem. I have one more question. It is based upon which reaction, you guys will tell me, right? So this is one. This is given OMe, this is NO2, right? And we are reacting it with AlCl3, right? We are reacting it with AlCl3. So intramolecular Friedel-Crafts alkylation, we have discussed it. You can see, check out some sessions on our YouTube channel, right? So this is a case of intramolecular Friedel-Crafts reaction, right? This is a case of intramolecular Friedel-Crafts alkylation, right? Intramolecular Friedel-Crafts alkylation. So tell me, guys, what will happen in this question? You can tell me, right, in words, what will happen in this question? What will happen in this question? So always, you see what happens in Friedel-Crafts alkylation. You have a benzene ring, right? And you have some compound which generates carbocation. It can either be a haloalkane, let me tell you, it can be an alkene, and it can also be an alcohol, okay? So please remember, in Friedel-Crafts reaction, you have either a haloalkane or an alkene or an alcohol. Yes, very good, Pranav Chaudhary. So it is ring formation. Yes, very good, guys. ठीक है. So it is an example of ring formation. I'll not do the entire mechanism. I'll just tell you what happens. I'll just tell you what happens. So AlCl3, it's a Lewis acid catalyst, so it will take away the chloride, right, which will lead to a positive charge on this carbon, which will lead to a positive charge on this carbon. Now there are two choices: either this carbon attacks here, right, because it is ortho to the methoxy group and meta to nitro, so both situations are favorable, or this can also attack here, this can also attack here, right. Now can you tell me which choice will be favorable, choice A or choice B? Which choice will be more favorable, choice A or choice B? Because that is what will help you decide what will be the major product in this case, right. So the options are huge, so I will not write the options that JEE gave. Let us just understand so what will happen. So one student said option choice A will be taken up, and Rudra said option B will be taken up. Yes, Tanmay said option A. Okay, you guys decide. Tell me why. Which choice will be taken up? Which choice will be taken up? So choice A or choice B? So choice A will not be taken up. Why? Because if choice A is taken up, then what will happen? See clearly, guys. Ring formation will occur something like this. Okay, ring formation will occur something like this, and then you have a group on ortho position. So there are van der Waals repulsions. There are van der Waals repulsion, right? Instead, we will go with choice B. Instead, we will go with choice B because there is no bulky group at this ortho position. There is no bulky group at this ortho position. Yes, Venkat Sai, yes, Venkat, option B, choice B will be more feasible, right? So what happens, I'll show you guys, right? So this positive charge, this will attack here. Now what will happen? You can directly make the product, okay? You do not have to show the complete mechanism. You can directly make the product. How? I'll show you. You can directly make the product. See, this is carbon 1, let's say this is carbon 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6. So of course this is 1, then 2, right? And I'm going to make the ring. Just tell me if it is clear to you now or not. Right? And there was one methyl also. There was one methyl also like this, right? So it will be like this. So this will be the correct option, okay? Number of lone pairs on iodine or whole molecule. Surya Vikas, I have seen your question, right? I have seen your question. Praveen, I've seen your question also, but let me just finish with this molecule, okay? Right? So here, this was the molecule, right? Now you can understand why we didn't go with this choice. Why didn't we go with this choice? Because here there would be steric hindrance, right? Am I correct, guys? There would be steric hindrance, NO2, and then it would be like this, right? So now you can see there are two bulky groups. You see there is a lot of steric hindrance, so this is not a feasible choice. ये हमारी choice feasible नहीं होती. Let me tell you already, ठीक है? We will not go with this one. We will go with this one. Okay, so these cyclization reaction, they are very important in JEE Main as well as Advanced. Right, correct, Rudran, due to bulkiness. Okay, that is because of the bulkiness, right? So this was the correct answer of this question. I am highlighting it again, right? This was the correct answer to this question. Then I'll take up your question now. The total number of lone pairs in IF7 and IF5. Okay, so in the morning session we discussed this question, right? And I explained the total number of lone pairs in IF5 and IF7 will be in central atom it will be 1, but if you consider total number, then I think it was coming out to be 37. Surya Vikas, we confirmed it. The total number of lone pairs was not asked. It was asked what is the number of lone pairs on the central atom, right? What is the number of lone pairs in the central atom? Pranav, planarity will not be considered, right? When you consider cyclization, no, then you consider two factors if the ring will be stable. For example, if you have an option to make a 4-membered or 5-membered ring, then 5-membered ring will be more stable as compared to 4-membered ring, right? And then you see there should be no bulky group at the ortho position, because then there will be van der Waals repulsions and the resulting compound will be less stable, right? Yes, Survika. So the question was total number of lone pairs on the central atom. Okay, is that clear, right? So once again in the morning we were discussing color, right? I remember the student who asked this question was not available. So due to bulkiness of which group? Venkat, due to the bulkiness of the group present at the adjacent carbon. Okay, due to the bulkiness of the group present at the adjacent carbon, right? Okay. So colors in compounds, it can arise due to a lot of reasons, right? First reason can be DD transitions. First reason can be DD transitions, right? DD transition leads to color in the configuration of D1 to D9, right? If the compound had D0 configuration or D10 configuration, then it will be colorless. It is expected to be colorless. Otherwise, if a metal ion has number of electrons anywhere between D1 and D9, it will be colored, right? Color may be very faint, very intense, you know, but it will be colored. So D1 to D9, that will be colored. Is that clear? Is that clear? Another reason of color in compounds is polarization, right? This leads to color in AgBr, which you know is pale yellow, right? Or AgI, right? AgI is yellow. So if I ask you guys, why should AgI be yellow? Why should AgI be yellow? It has no DD transition or something like that. But the reason is that silver ion, which is highly polarizing, it polarizes the very huge anion. It polarizes a very huge anion. So one reason is DD transition, which is responsible for the color of transition metal cations, right? Hear me again. DD transitions are responsible for the color in transition metal cations. D1, D9 will be colored, and D0 and D10, they will be colorless. For example, somebody asks you what should be the color of zinc oxide. Of course, colorless. Why? Because zinc is +2, which makes it D10. So there are no DD transition possible, so it is colorless, right? Similarly, if somebody asks you what is the color of titanium dioxide, it should be colorless. It should be colorless because the titanium is in +4 oxidation state. All right. Sai Teja, my exam on 13. What should I do to know full physical, inorganic, organic? Just see. It is after 2 days, right? And Sai Teja, it is practically impossible to revise the entire syllabus in 2 days. So I am sure you would have your notebook, right? You would have some topics marked out which you make mistakes commonly, right? In physical, just go through the formulas or the difficult numericals which you have come across in the last few days, right? The difficult numericals. Don't revise simple thing because you remember it. You will remember it, you will not forget it. In organic chemistry, go through the important reactions and their mechanisms. Again, do some questions, that would be better. In inorganic chemistry, revise coordination compounds, molecular orbital theory, right? Molecular orbital theory, and you know, the structures and the chemical equations. Venkat, I will explain questions as and when they come, right? I will explain question as and when they come. So now I was explaining this polarization. It is also responsible for color in some compounds, and third is charge transfer, right? Third is charge transfer. For example, KMnO4 has very intense purple color, right? KMnO4 has very intense purple color, right? Okay, Sai Teja, I will say important reactions in organic, don't worry, right? So KMnO4 has very intense purple color, but if you go by the first definition, it should be colorless. If you go by the first definition, it should be colorless. Why? Because the oxidation number of manganese is +7, right? The oxidation number of manganese is +7. So what will happen? Manganese is in +7 state, which means it is 3D0, 4S0. So it should be colorless. It should be colorless. But actually what happens? One electron is transferred from oxygen to manganese, right? One electron is transferred from the boundary oxygen atom to the manganese atom, thereby manganese is reduced to D1 configuration, right? So when one electron is transferred from oxygen to manganese, now manganese is no longer D0, it is D1, now DD transition can occur, right? So it is temporary transfer of electron, that is why we call it charge transfer. So now DD transitions can occur. So please remember that DD transitions are, this charge transfer is responsible for colors in lot of compounds. For example, KMnO4, or you guys know potassium dichromate is orange, but it should be colorless because chromium is in +6 state, right? +6 state. Yes, okay. Then another chromates are yellow, right? K2CrO4 chromates are yellow. They should be colorless, but no, because of charge transfer, electron transfer from oxygen to chromium, K2CrO4, chromates are yellow in color. Another very good example is Cu2O. Can you guys tell me what is the color of Cu2O? Can you guys tell me what is the color of Cu2O? Yeah. Tell me what is the color of Cu2O? This you come across where? You come across Cu2O in Felling's test. Remember? Right? You come across Cu2O in Felling's test. Right? In Felling's test we have Cu2O. But if you see Cu2O has brick red color. Cu2O has brick red color, but technically it should be colorless. Technically it should be colorless. Why? Because the electronic configuration of copper is 3d10. Right? Copper is +1 state. Copper is in +1 state. Yes, brick red. Yes, Sai Teja, very good. So in Cu2O the color is brick red, but the configuration is 3d10, which means that it should be colorless. D10 configuration, but again it is colored because there is charge transfer. One electron from oxygen to cuprous ion. Yes, okay, so these were some of the main reasons. These were some of the main reasons responsible for the color in compounds. So I hope whosoever was asking this question, they got the answer, or you will watch it in the recording, obviously, right? So any other question? The important reactions in organic chemistry, Sai Teja, there will be a lot, right? And it will be really difficult to decide which reactions. I'll just start naming a few, right? For example, from alkanes, from hydrocarbons, free radical halogenation, that's a very important reaction, right? In alkenes, dehydration, right? Dehydrohalogenation, which leads to the formation of the alkenes, and then you have ozonolysis. It's a very important reaction, ozonolysis, right? Oxidation of alkenes, very important reaction. In alkynes, cyclic pericyclic, cyclic polymerization, where ethine gives benzene. These reactions are important. In benzene, almost every reaction is important, right? For example, halogenation, Friedel-Crafts alkylation, acylation, and then there are some reactions like Gattermann-Koch reaction, Rosenband reduction, aldol condensation, Cannizzaro reaction, Perkin reaction, okay, right? In alcohol, the addition of Grignard reagent. So all these reactions are very important, right? Say only class 12th, Sai Teja, in class 12th you should remember bache every reaction, please, okay? In class 12th organic chemistry, please remember every equation, at least which is given in NCERT book, okay? Surya Vikas, alkali metal colors you can find out in NCERT only, right? You can find out in NCERT only. Cesium, blue, potassium, violet, sodium, yellow, lithium, crimson. So you can find that in NCERT, right? Book. So next question was, hello Mohan Krishna, good evening. Next question was based on acidic strength. Next question was based on acidic strength. What were the compounds given? So acidic strength is also a very common type of question asked in JEE, right? They usually give 3, 4, 5 compounds and they ask you to compare the acidic strength. So one option was methanol, right? One option was tert butyl alcohol. Again, remember, these are memory based, we got them from students. So the point is you understand the concept, right? Because the chances are very high that you will get similar questions, right? That's very pretty normal. All right, so these 5 compounds tell me the order of acidic strength. Okay, sir, what is the color of potassium dichromate? It's orange. Okay, Venkat, and it's not just potassium dichromate, the color is because of the anion. So dichromates are orange in color, okay? Even if you take ammonium dichromate, it will be orange in color. So the color is because of the anion, right? So dichromates are orange. Tell me guys, what will be the order of acidic strength? So let me tell you just one bifurcation here. Alcohols are weaker acids, right? Am I correct? Because there is no resonance stabilization in the conjugate bases of alcohols, right? In the conjugate bases of alcohols, there is no resonance stabilization. Whereas yes, there is resonance stabilization in phenoxide ions, right? Resonance, Al2O3 is colorless. Venkat, Al2O3 is colorless because there is no electron in d orbital. If you have seen colored Al2O3, that must be because of the impurities. Because of the impurities, some transition metal cation present in Al2O3. All right. Yeah. So which of these will be the What will be the, oh, Nikhil is also here. So welcome Nikhil. 5, 3, 4, 2, 1. So let me tell you, alcohols are weaker acids, phenols are stronger acids, right? Phenols are stronger acids. Now, third has no group. OMe is electron donating group and nitro is electron withdrawing group. So I have discussed this before also, guys. Again, in one of the earlier solutions, I have told you electron withdrawing groups increase acidity, not electron donating groups. So some students are saying option compound 4 is most acidic. Please, OMe, it donates electrons. I'll tell you the trick of this also. Any atom that carries lone pair, right, will be an electron donating group. So it is an electron donating group, not good. So fifth is most acidic compound, right? Fifth is most acidic compound. After that, sir, how to differentiate electron donating and withdrawing? Okay, Tanmay, I'll answer your question. Let me finish with this, right? So NO2 will be more acidic, most acidic in fact, out of a hydrogen substituent right here, and OMe, this will be more acidic. So I think we have got the correct answer from someone, Nikhil. Okay, let's see. So fifth and then third and then fourth. Now out of this, which is more acidic? Of course, first is more acidic. Right? Nikhil, now here, see, in alcohols, alkyl groups are present. Alkyl groups are electron donating. Electron donating groups decrease acidity, okay, right? So you consider it like this. So methanol is actually much stronger acid than the rest of the alcohols, right? So it is a stronger acid. So 1 it will be, and then it will be second, right? 1 it will be, and then it will be second. So second compound is least acidic, okay? Second compound is least acidic. So this is the order, okay? Now I'll come back to your question, how to differentiate electron donating and withdrawing group. But before that, let me tell you the acidic strength of alcohols, right? Okay, yeah, no problem. See, that's what you are here for, right? To find your loopholes, rectify the minute errors that you guys have been making. So for alcohols, I'll tell you, in fact, I'll tell you something good also. So methanol, then water, then primary alcohol, right, then secondary alcohol, and tertiary alcohol. This is the order of acidic strength, right? This is the order of acidic strength, okay, right? Always remember, primary alcohol, generally speaking, primary alcohols are stronger acids than secondary, which are then again stronger acids than tertiary, right? The reason being very simple. Here you have 1 electron donating group, here you have 2 electron donating groups, and here you have 3 electron donating groups, right? More the number of electron donating groups, the bad it is, right? Is that okay? Now out of water and methanol, it makes an exception, right? Methanol is slightly stronger acid than water. So please remember, water is a stronger acid than all alcohols except methanol, right? So this is something that should be useful to you, I assume, right? Okay. Now coming to Tanmay's question, sir, how to differentiate between electron donating and electron withdrawing, okay? So please remember, okay, please remember, any atom that has a lone pair, for example, halogen. Halogens have lone pair, right? For example, or let's say OH, alcohol, or OR, right? Or NH2, or NR2. Simply speaking, any atom, if an atom that is joined to benzene ring, if it carries an electron pair, then it will be electron donating group, right? Weak, strong, moderate, that's a different story, but it will be electron donating group, okay? And any atom that is bonded, multiply bonded to a more electronegative atom, any atom that is multiply bonded to a more electronegative atom, it will be an electron withdrawing group, okay? So I'll give you some examples here. Just see that it conforms to this definition, right? Okay, so for example, the very good example is carbonyl groups, right? All carbonyl groups are electron withdrawing. So this can be carbonyl, this can be aldehyde, this can be carboxylic acid, right? This can be ester, this can be amide, right? Like this. So all of them, they are electron withdrawing groups, right? Then you have nitro group. Why it is electron withdrawing? Because the atom which is joined to benzene, it is multiply bonded to more electronegative atom. Or cyanide, right? So these are some examples which are electron withdrawing. So very simple, right? That is a way to find out. So now I think Math sir has some questions. I'll be back again soon, right, with some more questions in chemistry. We have them, they're just being compiled by our team. Okay, so meanwhile Math sir will discuss some questions came in this section. Okay, so thank you Tanmay. Yeah, no problem.
So hello students, I hope you all are able to hear me clearly. So are you all able to hear me? Just put your comments in the comment section, say yes or no. Yes or no. All right. So I can see we have discussed various questions which were from the subject chemistry. Now we are on to the mathematics subject again, and we'll be starting discussing questions related to the mathematics. So सभी बच्चों आ जाओ. Yes सतेजा, yes आ जाओ सब लोग. और अब क्वेश्चन डिस्कस करते हैं हम लोग मैथमेटिक्स सेक्शन के. ओके, राउंड अबाउट मेनी ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स, हाउ डू यू फील अबाउट द मैथमेटिक्स सब्जेक्ट? कैसा लग रहा है कि मतलब कैसा रहा होगा, पेपर कैसा रहा होगा? व्हाट आर योर फीलिंग्स अबाउट दिस सब्जेक्ट? तो सबसे पहला ही क्वेश्चन हम लोग स्टार्ट करते हैं इंटीग्रेशन से. सो देयर वाज अ क्वेश्चन e raised to the power x and this has a power 2x into it, and then we have x upon e and this has a power 2x over it, and this is being multiplied with log x and then it is dx. Okay, this is being multiplied with log x and then it is dx. So there was a question, maths का डर है सर, चलो कोई बात नहीं. There was a question of integration. इसके बाद में भी कुछ उन्होंने रिजल्ट दिया हुआ था, ये अल्फा बीटा गामा कुछ बन रहा है, वो तो आप कंपेयर करके अल्फा बीटा गामा कुछ निकाल लेंगे, लेकिन क्वेश्चन ये है इसको इंटीग्रेट करना है आपको. सो हाउ विल यू बी एबल टू इंटीग्रेट दिस फंक्शन? So basically the concept is, suppose if you assume e raised to the power e by x raised to the power x as t, suppose you are assuming this function as t, then you are taking log both the sides, so it will be x log e by x. Okay, I am taking log both the sides, then I am applying the property of the log. Log a upon b will be log a minus log b. So log a minus log b means log e will be 1 and minus log x, and this is being multiplied with x, and here we have log t. Now let us try to differentiate both the sides. So these are the two products of the logarithm which are given here. So let me open up this. X minus x log x is being obtained over here, and now I will be differentiating both sides. Differentiation of x will be 1 and differentiation of x log x will be x. I am writing as it is. Differentiation of log x will be 1 upon x plus log x I am writing as it is. Differentiation of x will be 1, and here I am writing dx. Here I am writing 1 upon t dt. I hope this is also clear to you. Now what I am observing, if I open up this parenthesis, then this one and this one, both the one are getting cancelled. So we are left with minus log x dx, and this is equals to 1 upon t dt. Is that clear to you? How we have got minus log x dx is equals to 1 upon t dt. So here we have 1 up log x dx. So I am converting this log x dx as minus 1 upon t dt. I am converting this log x dx. I am writing the value of log x dx as minus 1 upon t dt. Now here I can observe that e upon x is given over here, and here it is x upon e. That means the reciprocal of e upon x. Since here it is the reciprocal of e upon x, so what I can observe, if it is t over here, then this is 1 upon t. Can you observe this is 1 upon t? So my question has been completely converted to t plus 1 upon t. There we have the integration, and this is being multiplied with minus 1 upon t dt. Now how to deal with this problem? Okay, there is a square also, so I am writing whole square to this and I am writing whole square to this. Okay, now what to do here? I'll just take this minus 1 upon t inside. The very first integration will be only t left with us. I'm taking this minus sign outside, and here if I multiply it with it 1 upon t with 1 upon t square, it will be 1 upon t cube, and this is being integrated with respect to t. Now it will be very easy for you to integrate this, because we'll be writing here t square upon 2, and here I will be writing t raised to the power minus 3 plus 1 over minus 3 plus 1. Okay, and this is being multiplied with minus half, minus, and then it is plus c. I hope you understood what concept have we applied over here. So if I try to take this half common from both these terms, and here inside we will observe that it is t square minus 1 upon t square. So I am taking this half common, and it will be t square minus 1 upon t square. Okay, t square minus 1 upon t square. So t square is what it is written here. It is e upon x raised to the power 2x, and then minus 1 upon t square. 1 upon t square is written over here. X upon e raised to the power 2x, and then it is plus c. So our question and our answer are almost similar, but in the question we have log x, but in the answer we do not have the log s. So that is why we have got the answer in this way. So do you have any doubt in solving this question? Just put your comments in the comment section. How are you feeling about this question? If this question would have been asked in your examination, would you be able to complete this solution or not? Just say yes or no in the comment section. Hurry up guys. I'm waiting for your response. Just say yes or no. Just say yes or no. All right. There is a lag in between. So that is why I'm receiving your comments late in the comment section. Now we are moving to the next solution. All right. So next solution is a die is rolled n times. So the question is dice is rolled n times. So if the dice is rolled n times, they have told us the probability of getting odd 7 times is equal to probability of getting odd 9 times. So the question is probability of getting odd 7 times. Probability of getting odd number 7 times is equals to probability of getting odd 9 times. All right. So if I talk about the sample space of the die, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means if I want to get the probability of even number, so it will be 3 over 6. And if I want to get the probability of odd number, it will again be 3 over 6. So both will be equals to half in this case. Now probability of getting the odd 7 times, so it will be NC7. Okay, and success is odd, getting an odd number. So odd probability is 7. So success raised to the power 7 and the failure raised to the power n minus 7, because failure is also having the same probability. I am just applying the binomial distribution in this, okay, Bernoulli trial. So NC7, success raised to the power 7 and failure raised to the power n minus 7, because success and failure both are having the same probability. In the same way, here I am writing NC9, success raised to the power 9 and failure raised to the power n minus 9. So what I'll observe, these two are getting cancelled, and here we can write NC7 is equals to NC9. And what we can write here, do you know guys, if I want to find directly the value of n, so the value of n will be 9 plus 7, which is equals to 16. So they have told us to count the number of trials. So the number of trials here, number of times the dice has been rolled is 16. Are you able to understand how we got the answer of this question? Very nice, Nikhil, very good. I hope you understood the concept being used in this particular problem. And if this is clear to you, then we can go ahead for the next problem. Guys, can we go ahead for the next problem? Are you all ready for the next one? All right. So we are moving ahead to the next problem. All right. Some of the digit of a 4-digit number I already had discussed with you. Now here is one question which is related to the integration. Here we have 0 to t square, and the relationship is given to you 0 to t square integration of fx plus x square, and I want to integrate with respect to x. And this is equals to 4 upon 3 t cube. 4 upon 3 t cube. Okay. And in this particular question, we need to find fx. Okay. This is similar to a question that has been asked in the examination. So we need to, either we need to find f of 1 or we can find f of 8. It depends. This, instead of x, they can give us a particular constant. They can give us a particular value also. Find f of 0, find f of 1. So this question needs to be worked upon. So what is the concept that we should apply here in this particular problem? So the concept is, if I want to differentiate both the sides, so how will I be able to differentiate? I'll apply the Leibniz rule. Do you know what is Leibniz rule? This is very famous concept which is being asked in every shift. So basically here in this problem, I'll differentiate this integration. So what will happen? First of all, in place of x, I'll place t square. So it will be f of t square. And then instead of this x also, I'll place t square. Then it will become t raised to the power 4. And then I will differentiate this upper limit t square with respect to t. That will become 2t. Next, I will place this f of 0, then I will place 0 square and differentiate 0 since 0 is a constant. So its differentiation will always be 0. Okay, so that is why I am not writing that. Is equals to differentiation of the right hand side. In the right hand side, if I try to differentiate, t cube will be 3t square. So this 3 and 3 are getting cancelled. I hope you are able to understand this. So here we have f of t square. Then we have this, this 2t can be taken there, right hand side. Then we have t raised to the power 4. Okay, and here we have 4t square, and this 4t square is divided by 2t. So this t will be getting reduced and this 4 will be getting 2t. So right hand side we have 2t. Now f of t square is written as 2t minus t raised to the power 4. Using this, I want to get the value of fx. Now how will I be able to get? Sir, morning also, yes Nikhil, morning also the same concept of the question has been asked, but that was a different question, this is different. I want to get the value of fx here. So how to get the value of fx? So basically, if I want to create fx, I just want to replace this t square with x. That means t will be replaced with root x. T will be replaced with root x. So wherever t is written, just replace it with root x. I hope you are able to understand how I have created the function fx. Now suppose in the question if they ask you to get the value of f of 4. So simply in place of x you will place the value of x as 4, that's it. So I do not know because these are the memory based question, but the concept that is being used here is perfect. The question is also conceptually correct, but the final statement is to get the functional value at any point. Since we know the function, we can find the function value also. I hope you are able to understand the concept that is being used here to solve this problem, and hence we are moving ahead. So please tell me in the comment section, can we go ahead for the next problem? Just say yes or no. Can we go ahead for the next problem? Just say yes or no in the comment section. I'm waiting for your response. All right. Thank you so much. Now there is a question from area bounded between curves. So the question is, if the area of the region is capital A. Now what is the region? So they have given us a equation that y is greater than or equals to mod of x square minus 2. Okay, and y is less than or equals to x. So this is a situation and this area is capital A. And they ask you to get the value of 6a plus 16 root 2, find 6a plus 16 root 2. This is the question, okay. But we will first get the value of a, then it will be very easy for us to put the value of a over here and then find the value of 6a plus 16 root 2. So this is very simple, this is the calculation part that you need to do. The important concept lies here in this equation. Okay, so how to deal with this problem? How to deal with this problem? So basically this is a function which consists of a modulus. Suppose there is no modulus in it. Suppose we have y is equals to x square minus 2. So in this particular case, there will be a parabola which is upward facing parabola. And if I place the value of x as 0, then the value of y will be minus 2. So the parabola will pass through a point 0, minus 2. Suppose the modulus is not there, then the parabola will pass through the point 0, minus 2. And if I place the value of x as y as 0, then x will be, one x will be root 2 and the other x will be minus root 2. Okay, now let us apply the modulus to it. Now if we apply a modulus to this function, so what happens? Everything which is there in the region below x-axis will be taken above x-axis. So this is the shape of the parabola y is equals to mod of x square minus 2. Now they have mentioned the inequality. So there is a symbol greater than or equals to. So which area we need to shade? Do we need to shade the lower area or the upper area? Let us take the origin for it. Does this graph satisfy this origin? So if I place the x0 and y0, do you think that mod of 2 is less than 0? No, mod of 2 is not less than 0. So this is the region which is the part of the inequality. This is the region which is the part of this inequality. I hope you are able to understand how we go obtain this region, okay? Now let us move ahead. Y is less than or equals to x. So I am drawing the line y is equals to x first of all. So this is a line y is equals to x. Okay, and less than or equals to x means, do I need to shade above or below? Suppose 0 comma 1, let us check. I place the value of x as 0 and here it is 1. So 1 less than 0, is it a true? No, it is not true. So I would be shading here. I would be shading here. All right. So which area they are asking us? Okay, so we need to find the point of intersections over here. Then only we will be able to get this area. Are you able to understand? We need to find the point of intersection of this with the line. So how will I be able to get the point of intersection? So I will be solving this curve with y is equals to x. I will be solving this curve with y is equals to x. Once I solve this curve with y is equals to x, so one is the graph that I obtain here. This is a point 1 and this is a point 2. Okay. So if I need to find this shaded area, are you able to understand which area are we talking about? So we just need to get this area. Okay, I'm just mentioning this area. We need to find this area. Is that clear to you? All right. So if I need to find this area, okay, how will I be able to find it? So the concept to find this area is, we will be writing here from 1 to root 2. From 1 to root 2, we observe that the upper curve is a line, so y is equals to x, and the lower curve is a parabola, and the parabola is x square minus 2, and it is negative times x square minus 2. Okay, so it is negative times x square minus 2. So upper curve minus lower curve. I hope you are able to understand. So this minus into minus will become plus, and this is integrated with respect to x. I hope this is also clear to you. Then I will move from root 2 to 1. When I move from root 2 to 1, here also I can observe that the upper curve is line, y is equals to x, and the lower curve is parabola, but the parabola is x square minus 2. Previously it was 2 minus x square, now it has been converted to x square minus 2. So we need to integrate this one. So integration of both these results, applying the limits to it, I'll be able to get the value of capital A. Once I'm able to get the value of capital A, I'll put here, and then I'll be able to get the final answer. Most important is to draw the graph of it, to analyze the area bounded between the curves, and to get the answer. So the concept, I think, is being clear to you with the help of the diagram. And if you're not able to understand anything, you can just put the comment in the comment section and tell me what should be the answer, or what is the concept, what is the concept that you're not able to understand. Okay, do let me know about that. So is this clear to you? Just say yes or no. Just say yes or no. Is this clear to you? Just say yes or no. Okay, can we go ahead for the next problem? Can we go ahead for the next problem? All right, thank you. So we are moving ahead to the next problem. Next problem is also very important. Moving ahead to the next problem. Just a minute. Yeah. So here we have a matrix A, and this matrix A is 1 upon 5 factorial, then 6 factorial, then 7 factorial, and this is multiplied with another matrix. So here we have 5 factorial, 6 factorial, 7 factorial, then we have 6 factorial, 7 factorial, 8 factorial, then we have 7 factorial, 8 factorial, and 9 factorial. Okay, now we need to find the value of adjoint, then it is adjoint, and then it is 2a. Now we need to find the value of adjoint of 2a. Okay, and we need to get the determinant value of it. So how to proceed with this problem? Sir, delta apply it to both parabolas and then subtract them. Yes, that can also be done, no worries. Okay, so basically how to deal with this problem? In this particular problem, I am taking 5 factorial from the first row, I am taking 6 factorial from the second row, and I want to take 7 factorial from the third row to get the value of the determinant A. Okay, so how to proceed with this particular question? First of all, if I want to get the value of the determinant, this is being written here, determinant. Okay, I'm just mentioning over here. Is this a matrix or a determinant? I also want to seek this. According to me, it should be determinant. Then only we'll be able to solve it. So according to me, it should be a determinant, not a matrix. Suppose the determinant A is given to you as this. Let it be, okay, I don't know the exact question. Right now I'm assuming it to be a determinant, okay. So how to proceed with it? Suppose this is a determinant A, okay. So how to proceed with it? So this is a determinant A given to us and we want to first of all simplify it. So what we need to do, I'll be taking first of all common 5 factorial from the first row. So it is 5 factorial, then 6 factorial, then 7 factorial. So I'm taking 5 factorial from the first row. I'm taking 6 factorial from the second row common, 7 factorial from the third row common. As soon as I take 5 factorial, 6 factorial, 7 factorial from first row, second row, third row, I'll be left with 1, 6 and here after taking 5 factorial, either here it will be 6 into 7, that is 42. Alright. Now here if I take 6 factorial, here I'll have 1, then here I'll have 7 and there 7 into 8 which is 56. And from here if I take 7 factorial, here it will be 1, here it will be 8 and here it will be 8 into 9, that is 72. Now it is very easy for us to calculate the value of determinant A. Just by solving this determinant, we'll be able to get the value of the determinant A. I hope you are able to understand. Now we need to find the value of determinant of double adjoint of adjoint 2A. And the order of A is given to us as 3 cross 3. So in this case, what we need to do? So the very first is, whenever we have adjoint of adjoint A to the determinant, it will be determinant of A raised to the power n minus 1 whole square. Now n denotes the order, so it will be 3 minus 1 whole square. So that means determinant of 2A whole square. Determinant of 2A whole square, that means it will become power 4. Determinant of 2A raised to the power 4. Now I want to take this 2 outside. If I want to take this 2 outside, this is a matrix A. Okay, A is of the order 3 cross 3. Now since if 2 is multiplied with 3 cross 3 and I am taking outside of this determinant, so what will happen? So here I will observe that this 2 will be taken outside with a power 3 because 2 will be taken from the first row also, second row also, third row also. And here we have the power 4, so 2 cube raised to the power 4 and it is determinant A raised to the power 4. So determinant A I'll substitute from here and 2 raised to the power 12 is already there. So we will be able to simplify this expression and get the final answer. Are you all able to understand? Okay, are you all able to understand how we got the answer of this question? Okay, have you solved, what is the value that we are obtaining here? Have you solved this determinant? Is it 2, Surya? Are you sure this determinant is 2? Because if I cancel this, R2 minus R1, it will be 1. Then here I will have 14. Here it will be 1. Then it will be again 16. So yes, I think we are getting the result as 2. Okay, since determinant A is 2, so we'll substitute here and we'll be able to get the answer as 2 raised to the power 4 and 2 raised to the power 12. Is this clear to everyone? Are you all able to understand how we have solved this? Just say yes or no. Just say yes or no. Is this clear to everyone? Can we go ahead for the next problem? Okay, thank you so much. So we are moving ahead to the next problem. And in the next problem, there is a sequence given to us. And the sum is 4. Then it is 11. Then it is 21. Just a minute. 21 and then it is 34. Let me check. So here is the 7 difference, then it is 10. Yeah. So 21 and then it is 34 and then it is 50. Okay, these are the terms given to us. So what we will do here, okay, this is a sequence in which the first difference if I obtain, it is 7. Here it is 21 minus 11, 10. Here we are observing the difference is 13. Here we are observing the difference is 16. So we are observing that the differences are in AP. Can you observe that the differences are in AP? Differences are in AP. So whenever we know that the differences are in AP, in that case we can directly assume the nth term to be an square plus bn plus c, because the nth term will definitely be a quadratic. This is damn sure that nth term will be an square plus bn plus c. We can also prove with the help of the method of difference also. It's up to you, whichever method you want, you can use that. I'll first of all put the value of n as 1. Then I'll have the first term as 4. This is the first relation. I'll put the value of n as 2. It will be 4a plus 2b plus c. This is the second relationship. That will give me a value 12 because the second term is 11. Now the third term is 9a plus 3b plus c. So this will give me a value that is 21. So this is the third equation. So this is first equation, then second and then third equation. Solving these three, it will give me a value of small a, small b, small c. I'll put here. I'll get the nth term. This is the method 1 to actually perform this question. There is another method, that is method 2. With the help of that we can, sir, why have you taken x plus x square? Okay, I can help you with that. Okay, you're talking about the area bounded between the curves. So in the area bounded between the curves, there was two combination of the curve, if you can see. Okay, now this curve is having the equation y is equals to x square minus 2. Okay, this curve is having this equation and this curve is having the equation y is equals to 2 minus x square. Okay, so here I was having a line y is equals to x and I want to get this area. So from 1 to root 2, y is equals to x minus this curve, and this curve is 2 minus x square. So x minus 2 minus x square. So automatically it becomes x minus 2 plus x square. And then for determining this area, x minus x square minus 2. In this way we got the result. Is that clear to you, Venkata Siva? Sai Durg? Is this clear to you? Alright. So this is a method 1 to solve this problem. I can also suggest you a method 2 in which you can directly find the value of nth term. And how to directly get the value of nth term. So I'll first of all write s as 4, then it is 11, then it is 21, then it is 34, and we are able to write the nth term. Now we will just shift one terms rightward. If I shift the one term rightward, then I'll get one more term extra. Now let us subtract these two sequences. So here I will have 0, here I will have 7, then it is 10, then it is 13, and here I will have nth minus an minus 1, and here we have minus an. This minus an will be taken here, it will become plus an, and here we have 4 plus 7 plus 10 and 13 up till the nth term. Alright. So what we need to do from here to here, we just need to apply the sum of the sequence, and sum will be n upon 2, 2a plus, these are in the AP with the difference 3, 2a plus n minus 1, because number of terms here will be n minus 1 into d, difference is 3. So this will give me a nth term. Okay, so this is also a way to directly find the nth term. Once we have the nth term, then we will apply the summation to nth term to get the Sn. So I will just apply the summation formula over here. I'll first of all simplify this and then I'll apply it will be 8 minus 3 is 5. So this will be turning out to n over 2. That means it will be 8 minus 3, 5 plus 3n. So this will be converted to half 5n plus 3n square. So it will be summation of half 5n plus 3n square. Okay. Now we just need to apply the formula. Half will be taken outside of the summation. 5 times summation of n plus 3 times summation of n square. So summation of n will be n into n plus 1 upon 2 and summation of n square will be n into n plus 1 2n plus 1 upon 6. In this way we will be able to get Sn. Now they are just asking us Once we have the value of Sn, they are asking us to get the value of S29 minus S9. So S29 minus S9. They are just asking us to get the value of 1 upon 60 times S29 minus S9. Will you be able to complete this question now? Because if I have the value of Sn, it will be very easy for me to get the value of S29, and it will be very easy for me to get the value of S9. So I hope you are able to understand this. Yeah, 6 factorial is written as 5 into 6. 5 factorial into 6. Yes, absolutely, Venkata. Are you talking about the matrix? I think, Venkata, you are running to the previous questions. Okay, just pull a bar to the live chat. Okay, that's why you are behind us. I can see you are doing the questions which we already have discussed. All right. Thank you. Now we are moving ahead for the next question. Okay. In the next question, we need to find the domain of. We need to find the domain of sec inverse 2x upon 5x plus 3. So this is the question, sec inverse 2x upon 5x plus 3. We need to find the domain of it. So how will I be able to find it? So in this problem, what should be the domain of y is equals to sec inverse x? Do you know? If it is given to you, then x should be, mod x should be greater than or equals to 1. This is the domain. That means that 2x upon 5x plus 3 should be greater than or equals to 1, or 2x upon 5x plus 3 should be less than or equals to minus 1. In this particular case, I am bringing this 1 to the left hand side. I am taking the LCM to it, and then we have 5x plus 3 greater than 0. So 2x minus 5x will be minus 3x, then we have minus 3, and then we have 5x plus 3. Okay, if I want to take this negative to the right hand side, it will be 3 times x plus 1 upon 5x plus 3, and here we have less than or equals to 0. I am just changing the sign of inequality. Now let us simplify this. 2x upon 5x plus 3 plus 1 less than or equals to 0. So 2x plus 5x plus 3 upon 5x plus 3. So it will be 7x plus 3 over 5x plus 3. So here it will be, we can just find the inequalities. Here I can observe we have minus 3 by 7 and we have minus 3 by 5. So minus 3 by 7 will be lying here. Here we can observe x is equals to minus 1 and minus 3 by 5. So minus 1 will be here. Okay, we just need to find the region. Suppose if I take the value of x as 0. So it will be, do we think that if I put x is equals to 0, will it satisfy this inequality? No. So this is not the part of the solution. This is the part of solution. This is not the part of solution. And here also, suppose if I put the value of x as 0, do you think that this will satisfy it? No. So this will not the part of the solution. I am just using the wavy curve method. So the domain of this function will be minus 1 to minus 3 by 5. Then here we have minus 3 by 5 to minus 3 by 7. Okay. So in this way we can write the domain here, minus 1 to minus 3 by 5. Okay. Union minus 3 by 5 to minus 3 by 7. All right. Now one thing is, can I take minus 3 by 5? No, because that is in the denominator. So I may not include it. Can I take minus 1? Yes. Can I take minus 3 by 7? Yes. So this is the final answer. Now they have given a question that the domain of this function, I'll require sir another 10 minutes to sum up this. So they have given us the question that the domain is of this form, alpha to beta union gamma to delta. So they have given us the domain in this form. Now we need to give the value of alpha, beta, gamma, delta. Moreover, they have also given us the relationship that find the value of 3 alpha plus 10 times beta plus gamma plus 21 delta. So this is the relationship that needs to be determined over here. Okay. So that is why we will directly write that the alpha is minus 1, beta is minus 3 by 5, gamma is also minus 3 by 5, and delta is minus 3 by 7. I hope you are able to understand how we got the values of alpha, beta, gamma and delta. Once you are able to understand all these values, then we can go ahead for the next problem. Okay. Then they are just relating how to get the values of, they are creating an expression. Okay. The question is to get the value of 3 alpha plus 10 times beta plus gamma and 21 delta. So you'll just put the value of alpha, beta, gamma, delta and you'll be able to get the final answer. So is this clear to you? Say yes or no. If this is clear to you, then we will be moving ahead to the next question. Okay. So we are moving ahead to the next problem. Here we go to the next problem. So this is a question of the 3D geometry. If the foot of the perpendicular drawn from the point A, so there is a point A which is having a coordinate 4, 3, 1 to the plane x minus y plus 2z. The plane equation is x minus y plus 2z, and here we have plus 3 is equals to 0. This is the equation of plane. So foot of perpendicular is this point, alright, and this foot of perpendicular is n. In the question it is given to you. Now, and B is a point 5 alpha beta lies in the plane. So this is a point B having a coordinate 5 alpha beta that lies in the plane. Then area of the triangle ABN. Alright. So they want us to get the area of the triangle ABN. Okay. And this area of triangle ABN is given as 5 root 2. Okay. Now they are asking you to get the value of, find alpha square plus beta square plus alpha beta. So how will you be able to get the value of alpha square plus beta square plus alpha beta? So most important is to get the foot of the perpendicular. This is the foot of perpendicular. Guys, do you know how to get the foot of perpendicular? I will be giving you a hint to solve it. Suppose this is a coordinate xyz for the n. So the concept is x minus 4 upon a. A is the coefficient of x in the plane. Then y minus 3 upon b. B is the coefficient of y in the plane. And then z minus 1 upon c. C is the coefficient of z in the plane. Is equals to negative times. I'll put this point 4, 3, 1 in the plane. 4, 3, 1. So 4 minus 3 and then 1 in the plane, and this is divided by a square plus b square plus c square. So this is a shortcut to get the foot of perpendicular. And once we have this shortcut, so using this I will be able to get the value of x. So here we are observing that 3 and 3 are getting cancelled. It is 4 plus 2, 6, and here also it is minus 1. So x minus 4 is equals to minus 6. Is equals to minus 1, sorry, is equals to minus 1. So I will be able to get the value of x coordinate as 3. Okay. I hope you are able to understand. So yes, Nikhil, you have given the right response. It is 3, 4, minus 1. Once we have the foot of the perpendicular, then it will be very easy for me to find the area of the triangle ABN. How we can find the area of the triangle ABN? So we can apply the distance formula to get the height, and we can apply the distance formula to get the base. Okay, half into base into height is the first method. Second method, we can get the AN vector, we can get the BN vector. Half AN vector cross BN vector will be equals to 5 root 2. That is the second method to solve it. So it depends on you, whichever way you want, you can solve it. And in this way, you'll be able to get the value of alpha beta. Why? Because alpha beta can be substituted here also. 5 alpha beta lies in the plane. So that is why 5 alpha beta can be substituted here also. That will also bring a new relationship. So once you have the value of alpha beta, you will substitute here, you will be getting the answer. Are you all able to understand how we got the answer of this question? Okay, yes Nikhil, yes Sindhu. I hope you understood the concept that is being used here to actually answer this question. So once you are able to do this question, now we are moving ahead to the next problem. Okay, can we go ahead for the next problem? Just say yes or no. Just say yes or no. All right. So we are moving ahead to the next problem. Thank you so much. Now, very important problem I want to discuss with you. Very important. Okay. See, there is a question. There is a function gx given to us, and that is a sum of fx plus f of 1 minus x. F of 1 minus x. Okay. And moreover, they have given that the double differentiation of f is positive. This is also given in the question. For x belongs to 0 to 1. For x belongs to 0 to 1, they have given double differentiation as positive. Now, g function is decreasing function. G function is decreasing function in 0 to 1. In 0 to 1, g function is decreasing. Sorry, 0 to alpha, not 1. It is alpha. So, g function is decreasing in 0 to alpha and increasing in the interval, and increasing in the interval alpha to 1. Okay. So this is all about function f and g, information about function f and g being given to you. Now find tan inverse 2 alpha. Very important question. Okay. Tan inverse 2 alpha plus tan inverse 1 by alpha. Okay. And tan inverse alpha plus 1 over alpha. Many of the students might see this question and they won't attempt it. Okay. So how to attempt this question? So there is a function g given to you. Double differentiation is positive for x 0 to 1. G is decreasing function in 0 to alpha and increasing in the interval alpha to 1. Then find this. So very first is increasing and decreasing given to us. Okay. So I'll relate it as g dash x is negative. Since it is decreasing, so g dash x is negative for x belongs to 0 to alpha. And g dash x is positive for x belongs to alpha to 1. This is the information already given. Moreover, we can observe that double derivative is positive. Double derivative is positive, that means f dash is increasing. F dash is increasing. Is that clear to you? F dash is increasing. Alright. Now what we need to do? Let us differentiate this g function. G dash x is equals to f dash x. Then f dash of 1 minus x into minus 1. I have applied the chain rule for the differentiation. So g dash x is equals to f dash x minus f dash of 1 minus x. Now since g dash is less than 0 for this interval, x belongs to 0 to alpha. For x belongs to 0 to alpha. It is given in the question. So I am writing the value of g dash, subtraction of two functions. And we know that here I got f dash x less than f dash 1 minus x. Now since we know that f dash is increasing, so a function is increasing, that means the functional value x will be less and the functional value 1 minus x will be greater, because functional value of 1 minus x is greater than the functional value of fx. So 1 minus x will be greater than x. So here 1 minus x will be greater than x. Are you all able to understand this? So here we are observing that 2x is less than 1 and x is less than half. X is less than half. So here we got to know that x belongs to 0 to half. G dash is less than 0 for x belongs to 0 to half. Is this clear to you? So we got the value of alpha as half. Once we have the value of alpha, it will be very easy for me now to put here. It will be very easy for me now to put here. I will be substituting alpha as half here also, here also, here also. Once I substitute alpha as half here, 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 I'll get the sum of tan inverse 1, then tan inverse 2, then tan inverse 3, and that is equals to pi. Are you all able to understand how we got the answer of this question? This was very important question, guys, very important question. And many of the students, I think, had left this question. They have not completed this question as whole. Okay, can we go ahead for the next problem? Can we go ahead for the next problem? Okay, one last question I would be discussing, then I'll be leaving it to you. All right, so a last question of mathematics I'm going to discuss with you guys. I do not have more questions now left with me. This is very important. Then physics sir and chemistry sir would be joining this session to discuss the questions with you. There is a set S in which x is there between minus 90 to plus 90. X is there between minus 90 to plus 90. Moreover, it is 9 raised to the power 1 minus 10 square x plus 9 raised to the power 10 square x. Okay, the sum of these two values is equals to 10. All right, now they are telling us that there is a beta, and beta is consisting of the sum of values of x that we have got in the set S, and this summation is done of 10 square x by 3. All right, then we need to get the value of, calculation is required in this question as well. All right, so how to get the value of this? For that we need to get the value of x first of all. We'll be substituting x here, we'll be finding the sum of all tan theta, all those x, and once we have beta we'll substitute here and we'll be finding this value. Okay, so what is the name of the chapter? Functions. Functions ka question hai, trigonometric functions. Okay, so how to deal with this problem? We can observe that 9 raised to the power 0 plus 9 raised to the power 1 is 10. This is to be kept in your mind. All right, moreover 9 raised to the power 1, 9 raised to the power 0 is also 10. So the very first solution is 10 square x is 0. So 10x will be 0. Okay. Second is, we can also make this as 0. And if this is 0, then 10 square will be 1. Okay, so 10 square x will be 1. Then 10x will be plus minus 1. So x belongs to minus 90 to plus 90. So x will be minus pi by 4 plus pi by 4. Let us put the values here to get the value of beta. I am substituting here to get the value of beta. So the very first is 0. So it will be 10 square 0. Second is 10 square pi upon 4 upon 3. It will be pi by 12. And here it is negative pi by 12, but due to the square it will become positive, so I am not dealing with it. I am writing 2 times of it. Pi by 12 is 15 and the result is 2 minus root 3. Guys, now it is very easy for us to write the value of beta. All right, I hope you are able to understand how we got the value of beta. It is 14 minus 8 root 3. Once we have beta, we can substitute here. 14 and 14 will get cancelled. 8 root 3 will be remaining. Square of 8 root 3 upon 6 will give me a final answer. Is this clear to you? This was very easy question. If you know the concept to be applied, then it will become very easy. Okay. I hope we have discussed all the questions of mathematics. Now, yes, we are just now starting with the physics as well as chemistry solution. Both the teachers are waiting for you. But right now we'll be discussing first of all the chemistry questions and then we'll be entirely discussing the physics questions. Okay, so I welcome you, sir. Thank you so much. Sir, how was the paper? How was the paper?
Paper was easy as always. I think chemistry should be something that should relieve you, right?
All right. That means the student should start with the chemistry paper first
yeah,
of all.
always, right?
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. So I have some questions in chemistry. If you have any concern or query, just drop it in the chat section. I'll answer it, right? So there was one question from inorganic, and I would say it is like of 9th-10th standard. The question was very easy, guys. The question was, what is the correct order of metallic character? What is the correct order of metallic character of these three elements, and the options were calcium, potassium and beryllium, right? So this was one question. So that is why we always recommend please attempt chemistry first, because if you have done a good preparation of chemistry section, then it should not take you more than half an hour, right? It should not take you more than half an hour to solve chemistry section, because these days JEE is asking very simple questions in mains at least, right, in chemistry. So tell me guys, what will be the order here, correct order here? बताएंगे मुझे सब लोग यहाँ पे what will be the correct order यहाँ पे will be of their metallic character, okay? What will be the correct order of metallic character? So we know that beryllium lies in group 2, right? Then we have magnesium, then we have calcium, right? And then we have potassium on the left hand side, okay? You also know that metallic character increases down the group and it decreases across the period, right? Obviously metallic character increases down the group and decreases across the period, which means that yeah, physics sir will be coming, Surya Vikas, right? So we are compiling the questions, so he'll be here shortly, right? Okay. So potassium जो है it will be most metallic. Potassium जो हमारा सबसे ज़्यादा metallic हो जाएगा. Then after that beryllium and calcium में ज़्यादा metallic कौन होगा guys? Which will be more metallic out of beryllium and calcium? Which will be more metallic out of beryllium and calcium? Yes, yes, calcium will be more metallic. Yes, correct, Nikhil. Very good. Thank you for answering. So calcium will be more metallic than beryllium because, yes, correct, Sai Teja, because metallic character increases down the group, right? And decreases across the period. So potassium most, then calcium, and least metallic is beryllium, right? Least metallic कौन सा हो जाएगा हमारा? Beryllium. Yes, it's a very, very easy question in JEE, right? So if it came in your question paper, right, there is no chance you should get it wrong, right? Not at all. Then you know that in chemistry many questions are easy. For example, there was one question, yes Lakshita, there was one question like ferric chloride, it is used in clotting of blood, right? Clotting of blood. So what are the correct options? Yes, easy +4, easy +4, right? Yes, non-metallic character increases across the period, metallic character increases down the group. Yes, correct, right? So there was one question, ferric chloride, it is used for the used to stop bleeding. It is an NCERT also, applications of colloids. And what are the options? Chloride ions coagulate the blood, right? Chloride ions are responsible for the coagulation of blood. Ferric chloride reacts with the constituent of blood, which is positively charged sol. Ferric ions coagulate blood, which is a negatively charged sol, and blood absorbs ferric chloride and forms a complex, right? So you guys know that blood is positively charged colloid. Am I correct? ब्लड जो है हमारा वो कैसा सोल है गाइस? विल यू गाइस टेल मी कैसा सोल है? पॉजिटिवली चार्ज या नेगेटिवली चार्ज? ब्लड जो है, यस, ब्लड जो है वो कैसा सोल है? पॉजिटिवली चार्ज या नेगेटिवली चार्ज? सो दोज हु हैव नॉट रिटन द केमिस्ट्री this JEE yet, so let me tell you that in surface chemistry please remember the charges of colloids, right? What are the examples of positively charged colloids? What are the examples of negatively charged colloids? So as Nikhil said, positively charged, yes, very good, correct. So blood is a positively charged sol, which means it will be coagulated by a negatively charged sol, right? Which means it will be coagulated by a negatively charged sol. So of course in the ferric chloride, in this salt, chloride ion will be responsible for the coagulation, right? Chloride ion will be responsible for the coagulation. Is that clear? Is that clear, guys? Is that clear? Okay. Yes, correct, Saitija. Chloride ions, they will be responsible for the coagulation. Then one question was based on crystal field theory, based on the calculation of crystal field, stabilization energy. So let us go through this question, right? So I'll give you 4 complexes and you have to match. Right? So titanium is given, vanadium is given. So this is something you should revise again, right? Because crystal field theory is an important topic in coordination compounds, right? Let us see if they match with the, right? Okay. So these were the 4 complexes given, and along with them given was the crystal field splitting energy, stabilization energy in terms of delta ohm, right? Splitting parameter. So the options were 1.2, then minus 0.6 and 0, and then minus 0.8. Okay, just match, calculate guys, which matches with which. Sir, did we get two questions from coordination compound? Yes, Surya Vikas. At last explain trick for crystal field theory. Okay, Sai Teja. All are weak field ligand. All are weak field ligand, Pranav, right? Because water is a weak field ligand. Water is a weak field ligand. So all are weak field ligand. There will be no pairing at all. There will be no pairing of electrons whatsoever. There will be no pairing in any case, right? Octahedral T2G down and EG up. Yes, correct Pranav, correct Pranav. So I'm getting answer. Nikhil is saying, sir, A will match with fourth. Coming back to the question, Surya Vikas, yes, there were two questions from coordination compound. Another question was very simple. It was based on the number of unpaired electrons, right? It was based on the number of unpaired electrons, right? So I'll take it up if you guys want. That's a very simple question. So let us do this. Titanium is 3d2 4s2. Okay, listen everybody, right? This is important. Titanium is 3d2 4s2. 2 plus matlab 3d2, right? 2 matlab 3d2. Now octahedral mein, see, somebody asked me about the short trick. See, there is a simple formula, that itself is the trick, right? So how do you calculate crystal field stabilization energy? Very easy. Minus 0.4 delta O multiplied by number of electrons in T2G and plus 0.6 delta O multiplied by number of electrons in EG. Right, minus 0.4 delta O multiplied by number of electrons in T2G and plus 0.6 delta O multiplied by number of electrons in EG. So there are two electrons, it looks like this. Yes, very good, correct. T2G goes down, EG goes up, right? So the two electron will go into T2G. So I'll write the configuration for you guys. It is T2G2. The two electrons will go in T2G, which means that two electrons here minus 0.8. Yes, so A will match with fourth. Yes, very good guys, very good, very good. Correct, A will match with fourth. Very good guys, okay. Then vanadium is 3d3, right? Vanadium is 3d3 and 4s2, 2 electrons are gone, so it is 3d, 3, which means T2G3, T2G3. Now what is the meaning of T2G3? Yes, thank you very much guys. Pranav, water is a weak field ligand, okay. Carbon donors and nitrogen donors, they are strong field ligands. Oxygen, sulfur, halogen, they are weak field ligands, okay. Remember this. So vanadium is 3d3, which means 3 unpaired electrons, so it will match with first. It will match with first. B matches with first. Yes, correct Nikhil, very good. Yes, correct Sai Teja, very good. Yes, Surya Vikas, very good, correct. So 3 electrons minus 0.4 into 3 minus 1.2. Brilliant. Manganese is 3d5 4s2. 3 means it is 3d4, right? Which means 3 electrons go down, 1 electron goes up. Okay, so minus 0.4 multiplied by 3, so minus 1.2 and plus 0.6 multiplied by 1 plus 0.6, so minus 0.6. So it will match with second. It will match with second, right? Is that clear? Is that clear? Is that clear everyone, right? And then finally, iron is 3d6 4s2. Iron is 3d6 4s2. 3 meaning it is 3d5. Now always remember, 3d5, the CFSE is 0 in aqueous solution, right? Because there are 3 electrons down, 2 electrons up, so it will be overall 0. So it matches with third, right? So 4 1 2 3, 4 1 2 3. Yes, very good, right? Very good, right? Is it clear? Is this clear guys? ये सब लोगों को समझ में आ गया? I think इसमें थोड़ा सा change कर दिया तुम लोगों ने. I think here you guys made a little mistake, right? Just see. Okay, all right, है ना? So it is actually D4, so it will be minus 0.6, right? And this one will be 0, right? Because it is D5 configuration, so it will be 0. So I'm moving to the next question. This question was again easy. The incorrect method for the preparation of alcohols, right? Incorrect method for the preparation of alcohols. That is, the question is very easy. Which of the following methods cannot be used for the preparation of alcohols. अच्छा तुमने manganese का +3 ही ले लिया +2. Okay, okay. So these are tiny, very small errors. Please try to avoid that, right? First option is reaction of ketone with Grignard reagent, right? Second option was given reaction of alkyl halide with aqueous NaOH, right? Third reaction was ozonolysis of alkenes, right? And fourth and last option was hydroboration oxidation of alkene. So tell me guys, which of these method cannot be used for the preparation of alkenes, right? Hydroboration oxidation of alkene. Tell me which of these methods cannot give alcohol. So earlier when I came, some students were saying, sir, which reactions to revise. So these are the kind of reaction you must revise. Remember I told you the reaction of Grignard reagents, they are important. Reaction of haloalkanes, they are important. Ozonolysis reaction, they are important. Remember, out of these 4, I suggested you 3 when I came earlier, right? In this. So these are some very common and important reactions. So I am getting option 3C, ozonolysis, as the correct answer. Yes, very good, very good. That is the correct answer. That is the correct answer. Yes. So यहाँ पे I'll just tell you a little bit, more detail, guys. It's important. So ketone when react with Grignard reagent, they give you tertiary alcohol, right? Because 2 alkyl group comes from Grignard reagent and ketone and 1 from Grignard reagent. Okay. Alkyl halides, haloalkanes, when they react with aqueous NaOH, yes, they give alcohol. Ozonolysis of alkenes, it produces aldehydes and ketones, right? You see, your alkene will look like this. The doubly bonded carbon, either it will have hydrogen or not have hydrogen. So the bond will break from here. 1 oxygen attaches here, 1 oxygen attaches here. That means you will get ketone and or aldehyde, right? So this is the correct answer. This method cannot be used for the preparation of alcohols. It gives you aldehydes and ketones, right? Reductive. Hydroboration oxidation of alkenes, yes. Anti-Markovnikov addition of water on alkenes, that gives you alcohol. Anti-Markovnikov addition of water on alkenes. So all these reactions are given in NCERT, but please revise them. They are very important reactions, right? Then as one student said, sir, were there 2 questions from coordination compound? So yes, I've got the second question. The correct order of number of unpaired electrons. The correct order. So these kind of questions, they're very common in JEE Main, right? The correct order of number of unpaired electrons, Fe CN6 3 minus, then Fe F6 3 minus, then CO F6 3 minus, then Cr oxalate 3 minus, and finally NiCO4. Okay. So what is the order of the correct number? Hello Sparkly, how are you? So what is the order of correct order of the increasing number of unpaired electrons, right? So I think this should be an easy question if you have gone through valence bond theory, right, in detail. Tell me guys, what will be the correct answer here? Which has most unpaired electron, which has least unpaired electron? I'll solve it here for you guys. I'll solve it here. I hope all of you are trying to work it out. I hope all of you are trying to work out. Meanwhile, if you have any question in chemistry, any doubt, then ask. So Nikhil said, sir, second one will have the highest number of unpaired electrons. Okay. Other guys, with other options, what do you say? FeF6 highest. Okay, Surya Vikas is also saying. So I'll tell you here, iron is 3d6 and the oxidation number is 3. Right, here also 3, here also 3, here also 3, and here is 0, right? 3 lone pairs, unpaired electrons, right? Surya Vikas, unpaired electrons, right? Yes, Lakshita, it's according to valence bond theory we are considering, okay? Lakshita, the Werner's theory does not talk about the electronic arrangement, right? Oxalate a bidentate ligand. Yes, Pranav, very good. Oxalate is a bidentate ligand, right? Oxalate ion, the anion of oxalic acid, right? Yeah. So iron is 3 plus, which means 3d5, but cyanide is a strong field ligand, right? So it will look like this, okay, right? Yes. So iron is 3d6 4s2, 3 plus meaning 3 electrons are gone, 3d5, cyanide is a strong field ligand, it will force pairing up, and now we will have only one unpaired electron. So for your convenience I'm writing the number of unpaired electrons, right? यहाँ पे बताइए guys सब लोग, यहाँ पे भी iron 3d क्या है 5 है ना, यहाँ पे भी iron क्या है 3d5, but fluoride is a weak field ligand, now it can't pair up the electrons, अब वो electrons का pairing नहीं कर सकता, तो यहाँ पे 5 unpaired electrons हो गए, now it cannot pair up the electrons, right? Is that clear? I hope it's clear to everyone. Then cobalt is 3d7 4s2 and 3 plus मतलब 3d6. Fluoride is a weak field ligand, it can't pair up, so 1 2 3 4 5 6, so there are 4 unpaired electrons, right? So I hope everybody has solved it, right? Then chromium is 3d5 4s1, 3 electrons are gone, so it is 3d3, right? 1 electron lost from s and 2 from this, so 3d3, which means we don't need to pair up, okay? Always remember, a strong field ligand does not always pair up the electrons. For example, in this case 3d3, we do have 2 d orbitals, I do have 2 d orbitals, I don't need to pair up, right? I can do d2sp3 hybridization, so here we will have 3 unpaired electrons. And lastly, nickel will have 0 unpaired electron. Why? Because nickel is 3d8 4s2, and carbon monoxide, carbonyl is the strongest ligand, so it forces up the pairing of electrons, so basically it becomes 3d10, right? So there are 0 unpaired electrons. Is that clear? Everyone? Right? So fifth will have the least number of unpaired electrons, followed by first, right, and then fourth, right, and then third, and then second. Is that clear? Right. Okay, yes. ठीक है, तो ये हमारा करेक्ट इसमें हो गया 1 5 4 3 0. Yes, very good. ठीक है. So I hope everybody understood this. Then again, as usual in chemistry, we found some very simple question. For example, the reaction for the preparation of soap from fat is, right? So when you prepare soap from fat, this reaction is an example of addition. Is it an addition reaction? Is it an alkaline hydrolysis reaction? What kind of reaction is this, right? Is it an addition reaction? Is it alkaline hydrolysis reaction? Or this is a reduction reaction, right? And fourth and the last, this is an oxidation reaction. So a very simple question this is, guys. Who will tell me the correct answer? कौन मुझे बताएगा correct answer इसका क्या होगा? Who will tell me the correct answer, guys, in this? So Nikhil said option B will be the correct answer, which is alkaline hydrolysis. Who else agrees with him, guys? Who else agrees with him? और कौन agree करता है निखिल के साथ? Alkaline hydrolysis. Lakshit also said yes. Very good. So basically fats are glycerol esters, right? Which means ये बताओ guys, है ना? This is a fat, right? This is a fat. Now when you do the alkaline hydrolysis, which is called saponification, when you do the alkaline hydrolysis, which is also called the saponification, so what happens? Bond breaks from here, right? You get glycerol or glycerine, which is one and the same thing, as one product, right? This is your glycerine or glycerol as one product, and depending upon whether you are preparing washing soaps or bathing soaps, then you get the salts of fatty acids, right? If you use NaOH for hydrolysis, you get sodium salts, which are washing soaps, right? Or if you're using potassium hydroxide, then you get potassium salts, which are bathing soaps, right? Because potassium is soft, right? It's softer than sodium. So yes, very good. The correct answer will be alkaline hydrolysis in this case. Is that clear? Is that clear, everyone? I hope this is clear to everyone. Then there was one question, how can Buna S be represented? Right? How can Buna S be represented? So I'm just telling you the correct answer, right? Because the options are lengthy. So what is Buna S, guys? Can you tell me what is Buna S? It is butadiene, right? Butadiene, and S stands for styrene. S stands for styrene, which is basically phenylethene, right? Which is basically phenylethene. Yes, very good, Nikhil. Butadiene and styrene, S for styrene. So another type of Buna polymer is Buna N, right? Another type of Buna polymer is Buna N, where the monomers, right? These are copolymers, right? Do you guys know? These are copolymers having different type of monomers. So this is butadiene and acrylonitrile, right? N stands for acrylonitrile. So how will you represent the polymer of this monomer? It's very easy. Break this pi bond, right? It will attach to some molecule on its left. So it will be CH2, then CH, then CH, right? Is that clear? One double bond, it will form with this molecule, right? This pi bond will break like this, CH2. Then similarly, this pi bond will break. So it is CH and benzene ring, which I can represent as PH, right? And then CH2 like this. So it's actually very easy to represent, right? Very easy to represent these, okay? So this polymer is Buna S. So this part is butadiene moiety, and this is styrene. Is that clear, right? Pranav, what exactly do you want me to explain in oximes, lactones and lactems? I think you mean lactems, right? So any carbonyl compound, Pranav, right? Any carbonyl compound, whether aldehyde or ketone, if it reacts with hydroxylamine, which is NH2OH, right? When it reacts with this, so this is a nucleophilic addition followed by elimination. Check the reaction in NCERT book, right? So dehydration occurs, and you get this. This is called oxime, right? Carbon double bond nitrogen joined to OH. This is called oxime. If it is an aldehyde, you will call it aldoxime, or if it comes from a ketone, you will call it ketoxime, right? Okay. Then lactones are nothing but cyclic esters, right? Lactones are nothing but cyclic esters. For example, this, right? This is a lactone. The name comes from lactic acid, which itself does not form lactone, right? Interesting. So how do you name this? That also I'll tell you. So this is your carbonyl group, right? So this is alpha, this is beta, this is gamma, this is delta, right? So this is a delta lactone. Is that clear? So just simple remember, in their structure. Okay, so you got one question from magnetic moment. If it comes, I'll discuss. Okay, so because this is oxime. Pranav, you should practice writing the chemical reactions, right? I understand in organic reactions can be very bulky. So this is carbonyl, aldehyde or ketone. You reacted with hydroxylamine. The product is oxime. Lactones are nothing. They're cyclic esters. Okay, they are cyclic esters. And lactems are cyclic amides. Lactems are cyclic amides. Remember caprolactam, a polymer, nylon 6,6, right? Nylon 6. So lactam is cyclic amides. For example, this, right? So this is a cyclic amide. Can you understand, right? Amide, but in a cycle. So what kind of amide is this? So this is alpha, beta and gamma. So this is gamma lactam, right? So these are lactams. Lactam amide, AM, amide, okay? So yeah, that's all in chemistry section. Now I think we will start with now physics portion, right? And Ruddha sir is here, so I'm sure you guys would be waiting. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, so much. Okay, am I audible now? Just give me a thumbs up in the chat. Am I audible? We'll get started with the physics questions. We have a few questions. So just a thumbs up. Hi Nikhil. Hello, welcome. Okay, so we have got a few physics questions. This paper, I would say, comparatively as the previous ones, they were very basic. There was literally nothing in them. Here, it's still easy, it's still simple, but not as it was in the previous sessions. Okay, so we'll do a few questions from it. The first one says that a particle is undergoing SHM. There's a spring mass system. There is a spring mass system of mass 5 kg, and it's undergoing SHM. And it is said that the time period of this t is given as pi seconds. Time period is pi seconds, and the amplitude of oscillation is given as 1 meter. They have asked you what is the maximum force F max on the particle. Okay, so when is the maximum force being exerted on the particle? We know the maximum force is exerted when the spring is either stretched maximum or compressed to the maximum point, which means that those points are actually the amplitude A, where the displacement is the amplitude A. Now it's very easy to find the force because we can directly take what the maximum acceleration is. We know that the maximum acceleration formula is given by am is equal to omega square a. Okay, that is the maximum acceleration possible. So omega value is not given, but the time period is given. We can even find the omega right away over here. Omega would be equal to 2 pi by t, which is equal to 2 pi by t is given as pi seconds. Cancel this pi out, keep the 2. This would be 2 rads per second. Okay, so we have got omega. We can put the value. Omega square would be 4, a would be equal to 1, so acceleration is 4 meters per second square. We have the acceleration. That's right, Nikhil, the acceleration is 4. We have the acceleration. Multiply that with the mass because we need the force. So maximum force is equal to m into a max, that is equal to 5 into 4, that is 20 newtons. So the answer is 20 newtons. Okay, that's right, Pranav, the answer is 20 newtons. Same model came yesterday. Yes, similar thing came yesterday as well. That's why I'm telling, questions are getting repeated in this session. Okay, that said, let's move on to the next question now. My God, we are getting it in handwritten form and it's a bit difficult to read the handwriting. So if I make any mistake with any values or variables, just let me know. Okay, this one says that the time period of a satellite revolving around Earth's surface at a height h is equal to r. So you have the Earth and you have a satellite moving around it. You have a satellite moving around it at a height of the same as the radius of the Earth, r. Okay, they have asked you what is the just a minute, the time period of the satellite. Okay, we need the time period of the satellite. What is t? T value we need. So let's first find out what is the speed by which it's moving. Because the speed with which it's moving, whichever direction it's moving, that is just the orbital speed, VO. And we know the formula for VO, it's given by VO is equal to root over of GR. Or in this case, it would be GR plus H. Since H is also equal to R, so it would be V naught is equal to root over G into 2R. Because the total distance, the total radius of orbit is R plus another r over here. So it's total, so this place is r, so the total height is 2r. So that is what we have done here. This we have got as v naught. Next thing we need is the time period. So the time period is equal to the path it has to travel divided by the speed with which it is traveling. So the path to travel is the circumference of this orbit, or actually the entire orbital path is just the circumference of that circle, that is equal to 2 pi into 2r, because the radius is no more r, the radius of this orbit is 2r. So the total path it has to travel is 2 pi into 2r divided by this orbital speed, which is root over of g into 2r. Okay. Now over here they have also provided that we can assume that g is equal to pi square meters per second. Okay, if we do that, then I can get a pi out of here. I'll be having 2 pi into 2r divided by, just a pi will come out, g is pi square, so when it comes out it will come out as a pi to root of 2r. Cancel this out, 1 root 2 takes this off, leaves behind another root 2, and this r takes it off, leaves behind another root r. So we have 2 root 2 r, which is equal to root 8 r. That is the final answer, root 8 r. Okay. Nikhil, did you give an answer that was incorrect? Because I see retracted message from your end. So if you have any, you can give the answer, figure it out. If you have any doubt, you can let me know. That's right, Nikhil, the answer is root 8r. I want the others to also try, keep trying with this. Okay, next up, again, handwriting is a bit difficult to figure out, but again, if I miss out on any values or anything, it's 2r or r, I'm not very sure. Like the h value is given as r or is it given as 2r, I'm not being able to decipher based on the handwriting. But still, the concept and the formulas will remain the same, you can proceed with it, just the values would change. Okay, next question we have is for projectile. Okay, we are getting a lot of this kind of question in projectile. It is said that 2 projectiles are launched, one at 30 degree with a speed u, and the other projectile is launched at 60 degree. Other projectile is launched at 60 degree with the same speed u. Okay, so your formula, we need the ratio of the heights. We need the ratio of the maximum height. So we know h max is equal to u square sine square theta divided by 2g. This is the formula for the maximum height, which means in both of these cases everything is the same, u is the same, g is the same, only the theta value is different, which means if this is my first case, this is my second case. We are seeing lots of questions like this, by the way. We're seeing lots of questions where you have 2 projectiles given, either their angle of projection is different or speed is different, find the ratio of their ranges, heights and so on. So h1 by h2 is equal to sine square theta 1, what is 30 degree, sine square 30 divided by sine square 60 degree. Okay, sine square 30 would be 1 by 4 multiplied with sine of 60 is root 3 by 2. When you square that, you would be getting 3 by 4. Cancel this out, you have it as 1:3. That is the answer. That's right, Surya, Nikhil, 1:3. Rilangi, this part is a bit different. I think you did h2 by h1. Simply you get the idea about how it's going to proceed. Just make sure that they are directly proportional. Sine theta, the sine square theta is directly proportional to the height. Okay, let's move on. We have a few more questions. We have a few more questions to cover. By the way, if you haven't liked the session yet, do like the session, subscribe to the channel and ask your friends also to join in. We'll get more inputs. Like in the morning shift, we got a few students who knew the questions and who were helping us out with more and more questions. Okay, let's next up we have, okay, a periodic motion. A periodic motion is given as y is equal to sine of omega t plus cos of omega t. They have asked you that what is the, let's do it here. They have asked you what is the amplitude of y, maximum amplitude of y. It would be a variable amplitude in terms of time, but what is the maximum amplitude of y? So how can we represent it? We can represent it as 1 into sine omega t, where 1 can be thought of as the amplitude of the first SHM that you are adding to the second SHM, which is again 1 into sine of omega t plus pi by 2. Okay, now what benefit does this do to me? Now we have both as sine functions and I can clearly see a phase difference between them. a phase difference of pi by 2. And we also have the individual amplitudes for each case. Okay. So over here, let's put it in. We will be getting ay is equal to root over of 1 square a1 square plus a2 square plus 2 into a1 into a2 into cos of the phase difference pi by 2. This part goes to 0, this part goes to 0, leaving just root over of 1 square into 1 square, that is equal to root 2. So ay, the maximum amplitude of this is going to be root 2. Okay? Fine. Let's start with the next question. Is this clear to everyone? If you have any doubts, you can let me know and I'll clarify them right away. Okay, Nikhil, Surya, go ahead. If you have solved this, if you have got the answers to it, you can let me know in the chat section. Can we just multiply and divide with root 2? Yes, you can do it that way also, because over here you could multiply with root 2, make it 1 by root 2, represent it as cos 45, this one as sin 45, and you could then add it all up, because then you would have like sin 45 sin omega t plus cos 45 cos omega t. You can do it as sin of omega t plus 45. You could go by that method as well. Okay, or you can go this anyway, either of the methods you can go. Okay, next question is of radioactivity. Next question has been provided of radioactivity. So let's see how this is. So it's given that the half-life is equal to capital T. Okay, half-life is given to us. We want the time it takes. We want T, so that time, let's write the full statement, time taken, question they have asked to find the time taken for disintegrating of 7 by 8 of the sample. Okay? This 7 by 8 of the sample disintegrated means how much is remaining? Only 1/8 of the sample is remaining. So what is the known formula that we have? We know the known formula is n by n naught is equal to n by n naught is equal to half to the power t by t half. This is the formula, where we know n is equal to, based on this we know n is equal to n naught divided by 8, because 7 by 8 part has been used up. The part remaining is just 1 by 8. Okay, so 1 by 8 is equal to 1 by 2 to the power t by t half, which means t by t half, so t half has been provided as capital T, so t by capital T has to be equal to 3, only then will you get 2 cube is equal to 8, therefore t is equal to 3t. That's right Nikhil, that's right Surya, it is given by 3t. Okay, let's move on to our next question now. Let's move to the next question now. Over here we have a question of EM waves. Again, this is like morning shift and previous shift level questions that have come. That is, they have given you the amplitude of magnetic field. Amplitude of magnetic field is given as 6 into 10 to the power minus 7. 6 into 10 to the power minus 7 Tesla. Okay, and you have been asked for E naught. That's it. We already know what it is. We already know that E naught is equal to B naught into C. It's that straightforward. Okay. So we have 6 into 10 to the power minus 7 into 3 into 10 to the power 8 C. So this gives us 6 into 3, 18. 18 into 10 to the minus 7 into 10 to the power 8 would give you a factor of 10 remaining. So you would get 180 Newton per coulomb. That is going to be the amplitude of electric field. Nothing much to do here. Yes, Nikhil, the answer is 180. Okay. Next up, so Surya, did you get 180 for this? Everyone else who was solving it with us? Okay, let's move ahead with our next question now. This says the okay, amplitude of magnetic field, we solved it. Okay, here we have a question from kinematics. We have not been getting a question about straight line motion so far. We have got one question from motion in a straight line. Let's do it. So this one says that a person is traveling a distance x. It is traveling a certain distance x in time with a velocity v1, okay, and then it travels the same distance again. If this distance, let's assume this is d, it's traveling again the same distance d with the speed v2, okay. They have asked you for the average speed. So very straightforward question. We know the time it takes over here, t1 is equal to d by v1, and the time it takes for this is t2 is equal to d divided by v2. So the average speed v average is equal to the total distance traveled. The total distance traveled is going to be d into d, that is 2d, divided by the total time. The total time is t1 into t1 plus t2. So that is d by v1 plus d by v2. If you do this, you'll get up top, you'll have 2d. Here, if I take a d common, I'll be having v1 plus v2 divided by v1 v2. v1 v2, cancel this out, and you get 2 v1 v2 divided by v1 plus v2. So that is the average speed. These are also direct relations, but I will recommend not to mark up these relations because these are again very easy to derive. Okay, I got this question in my last attempt, the exact same. Yes, January attempt only, I think this exact question had come. That's right, Surya, it is 2 v1 v2 divided by v1 plus v2. Good job, Nikhil. Surya, you answered once, you again typed it out. Anyway, let's move ahead. Even the others who are watching in, I see a lot of viewers for us. Try to solve this in real time so that while solving you might have a few doubts and those can be clarified right here in this live chat. Okay, that's the benefit of this live chat. Make use of it. Okay, we have another question here. This one is from the, just a moment, from the Young's double slit experiment. Okay, is a Young's double slit experiment. So over here they have said that the two places you have waves of same amplitude. So you have two waves of same amplitude, two waves of same amplitude. They are undergoing constructive interference, right? You want the ratio, phase difference between at two places. You have two different places. It's a bit hard to read here. At point 1, I'm simplifying this, it's not in this form. At point 1, there's given that the phase difference is equal to pi by 3. Okay? And at point 2, the phase difference phi 2 is given as pi by 2. They have asked you what is the ratio of their intensities. Okay, ratio of the intensity at the 2 points. So you want I1 by I2. What do we know is the relation for intensity that relates your intensity with the phase difference. Okay, the relation is given by I is equal to I naught, which is the maximum intensity possible, I naught into cos square phi by 2. This was the relation that related the maximum intensity with the intensity where the phase difference is given by 5. Okay. So over here we have I1 by I2, that is equal to, so your I naughts will get cancelled out because both of them will have the same I naught. So, okay, by the way, remember This only applies, this relation only applies when both waves have the same amplitude. Otherwise, the relation might be a bit different. Okay, so I1 by I2 is equal to, over here I naughts cancel out, so we have cos square phi 1 by 2 divided by cos square phi 2 by 2. So phi 1 and phi 2 are provided. This is 60 degree, pi by 3 means 60 degree, so it's going to be actually 30 degree, when phi by 2 will make it 30 degree. So cos square 30 degree divided by pi by 2 is 45 degree, so half of pi by 2 is 90 degree, half of that would be 45 degree. So cos square of 45 degree. So what do we get from that? Cos of 30 is root 3 by 2. So when you square that, you have 3 by 4 multiplied with cos square 45 is again 1 by root 2. Cos 45 is 1 by root 2. When you square, you get 1 by 2. Cancel this. Oh, my bad. This will be 1 by 4 you'll get. No. Sorry. My bad. You'll get 1 by 2 only. 1 by root 2 when you squared, you'll be getting 1 by 2 only. Okay. Cancel it out. You have a 2 remaining. You'll have 3 by 2. So the intensity, ratio of intensities would be 3:2. Okay. That is the answer for this. All of you keep responding in there. Nikhil, Surya, all the others who are there. Sai Teja, hi. Welcome to the session. Were you there all along? Sai Teja, you were there in the morning session. I did not see you here so far in the comment section. Try to solve along with this, Sai Teja. Yes, Nikhil, the answer is 3:2. Okay. Next we have another question. This is of capacitors. We have a question of capacitors. My God, the handwriting is really, it's like this guy had better chance at NEET. He has a doctor's handwriting. But anyway, from what I can make of this, there is a capacitor. There is a capacitor where the thickness between them is given by D. Area of the plates is A. And normally you have its capacitance C1. Okay. So C1 we know is given by, there's a free space in between the capacitor plates. So this would be C1 would be epsilon naught A divided by D. Okay. Now it is said that we introduce a metal sheet of thickness 2D by 3 in here. So now you introduce a metal sheet, let's change the color, we introduce a metal sheet in here which has a thickness of 2D by 3. So the only part that is remaining over here is D by 3. This part is remaining over here as D by 3. Okay. Now this is the metal sheet. So what is the dielectric constant, or what is the capacitance of metal piece? The capacitance of any metal piece is infinity. The reason being the dielectric constant of any capacitor, the dielectric constant of a metal or any conductor, any perfect conductor is infinity. So the capacitance is infinity for this piece, which means even if I assume that these two are separate capacitors, if I assume this and this are separate capacitors, where the equivalent capacitance 1 by C equivalent would be equal to 1 by Cm, which is the capacitance of the metal piece, plus 1 by C air, which is the capacitance of this thinner piece over here. Now the capacitance of the metal piece is infinity. So this part goes to 0. So your C equivalent is just equal to C air. So you can even forget that this part exists. Now you have the same capacitor where you have just this much thickness with just same area, but the thickness has changed to, what is the thickness? D by 3. So Ca is equal to epsilon naught A divided by D by 3. Okay, epsilon naught A divided by epsilon naught A by D by 3. Okay, so you want, this is also your C2, you want, I think the ratio they have asked you for, ratio of C2 by C1. So this is C2, so C2 by C1 would be equal to 3:1, because epsilon naught A by D, and this is 3 epsilon naught A by D. Right, Nikhil, it is C2 is equal to 3C1. Day by day difficulty increasing in overall paper. No, difficulty is not increasing. There are easier questions also in this. We have done a few easier questions as well. But like Nikhil is saying, they're putting same questions. So this is actually a good thing. This is evening out the playing field. The students who gave the first shift, they got easier paper. But now when you're going to give the later shifts, some questions might be a bit tricky, but you will get repeat questions from the previous shift. That is what is happening in this April attempt. So all of these questions, if you're doing, then there's a very high chance that even if a difficult question seems, it's not even difficult, but even if a standard question comes, there is a high probability that has either come in January attempt or it has come in your previous shifts. Okay, so we have the previous shift, the videos will already be up. Besides that, you can join in the live session and get to know that. And if you want the January solutions, they are there on this channel. We have also done the Power Up series, where chapter wise you have taken and solved 20, 25, 30 questions each. That is the predictor series, and as we are seeing, lots of questions are coming common from that, like exact value by value, word for word are matching. So you can even try that out, solve more questions, get more exposure, and that you're getting a benefit of time, you're getting a benefit of more data to work with. So you shouldn't really complain if the questions become a bit more standard. Okay, and a more difficult question means the cutoffs will be coming a bit lower. Okay, so we have solved this. I think we have one or two more questions. It's hardly decipherable, but still. The team is gathering these questions from you. We get this from students like you who have given this shift. So Sri Chaitanya has a huge network. Lots of students give the exam from Sri Chaitanya. So we get a lot of questions. So here it says that you have 2 moles of O2 plus you have 4 moles of neon. 4 moles of neon. And they are mixed together and kept at a temperature T. Okay, temperature is equal to T. They have asked you what is the total internal energy. The total internal energy of this entire combination. Okay. So that is going to be equal to, we know what is the internal energy formula. We know the internal energy formula is equal to NCV into T, right? If T is the absolute temperature, it is NCV into T. What is CV for O2? O2 is a diatomic gas, which means its CV is going to be equal to, let's do it with a different pen color, CV is going to be equal to 5/2R. Whereas for neon is a monoatomic gas, which means its CV is going to be 3/2R. Okay, it's going to be 5/2R and 3/2R. So what is the formula for the total internal energy? Since you're combining them, the formula is going to be N1 CV1 plus N2 CV2. So what is N1? N1 is 2 because 2 moles of oxygen multiplied with CV of oxygen, that is NCV1 into T, my bad, missed the T here, 5/2 into T, there's an R here as well, plus N2 is 4 into 3/2 RT. So over here if you do 2 into 5 is 10, 10 plus 4 into 3, 12, we have 22/2 RT. Cancel this out, leaving 11, that is equal to 11 RT. That is the answer. Okay? Fine. Next, let's move on. I think we have one last question. I'm not very sure if I'll be able to decipher it. Okay. Still, I'll give it a shot. I think just let me know if you have the exact questions, if any of you have given this shift and are joining us today. Just confirm it here. So this one has said that the frequency of the modulating signal is 3 kilohertz. 3 kilohertz, and the frequency of the carrier signal is 1.5 megahertz. Okay. they have asked you what is the bandwidth. Okay, they have asked you for the bandwidth. Nothing to do, direct formula based. Bandwidth is 2 times of FM, that is 6 kilohertz. That's it, nothing much to do here. So I think that's it. Those are the questions that we have got for the session today. Let's check if there's any more that's come in. So far I don't see any question coming in at the moment. Okay, I think we have, no, this question is incorrect. There is a question, I don't have the exact values for the question, I think it's incorrect. But in anyway, there has come a question from Wien's displacement law, which just because it has come, I'll just put it. Wien's displacement law is that the maximum wavelength that it emits, or the most probable wavelength that any black body limits, is equal to, lambda m into t is a constant. Okay, from that it has come. I guess the ratio of two different, but the values are not given correctly, so I can't really proceed with it. And nope, I think that's it. Those are the questions that we have got so far. Just give me a moment still, I'll just check for it if anything new has come in. Nope, I don't think. Okay, I think we have a question. We have one question from thermodynamics. We have received a question from thermodynamics. It came in right now. So this is that monoatomic gas. Okay, it says there's a monoatomic gas. We're trying to bring you as many questions as possible. The other questions that keep coming in, you'll get in our Telegram channel. So just join the Telegram channel if you haven't joined yet. Okay, and also keep saying you can like this, do like the session, helps us to keep bringing you this content. It said that initially the pressure is P and volume is V. Later on it's compressed to V by 8 and it's compressed adiabatically. So they have asked you what is the pressure now. If this is P1, then what is P2 equal to? So the key here is that it's compressed adiabatically, which means the relation P1 V1 to the power gamma is equal to P2 V2 to the power gamma. Okay, so over here P1 is just as this, so we can put them in. P1 is just P into V1 by V2. If I do, I will be getting, just I'll keep it here, V1 by V2 to the power gamma is equal to P2. So P2 is equal to P into V1 V divided by V by 8. So you'll be left with 8 to the power gamma. Now what is gamma? It's given as a monoatomic gas. For monoatomic gas, we know gamma is equal to 5 by 3 because Cp is 5 by 2 and Cv is 3 by 2. Okay. So over here so we have P into 8 to the power 5 by 3. So if you take 8 to the power 1 by 3, that is 8 cube, that will give you 2. 2 to the power 5, that will be equal to 32. So 32P. P2 is equal to 32P. That's right, Nikhil, it's 32P. Fine, this came in GTM. So all of those solutions, if the others are, those who are not from Sri Chaitanya, if you don't know, the full course is not there, but we discuss these AITS papers and everything on our YouTube channel itself. So you can see what those questions are, like if your exams have passed, but the JEE Advanced ones are also coming up. The JEE Advanced course, you'll see the description here. We get lots of questions common because once again, Sri Chaitanya for the last 37-38 years we're producing IITians. So we get a lot of these questions common. By the way, that's it from what we have received today from the questions. More questions you might be getting in the Telegram channel. So like this video, subscribe, you can still share it among your friends, those who have not given the shift yet. This will be available as a recording. We have the previous recordings as well, and we'll be coming live again with the following shifts as and when they come. So I'll see you all again in those shifts. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'll see you all in the next one.